Hello, folks. Welcome back to Strange and Wonderful. I'm your host with the most, Courtney Webb. As you can see, I am dressed up as a little clown girl. Yes, this makeup is inspired by my guest creation, director Billy Pon of Circus of the Dead. Oh, he's be coming on the show soon, but we do a little introduction of how I became fond of the movie Circus of the Dead. The way I discovered Circus of the Dead was when I was on Facebook and my friend Douglas Elf, he's an actor friend of mine. He'd been featured in Joe's Castro's Tale Twos and Tony Todd's horror films and stuff. And he was saying like big things about Circus of the Dead and saying how this movie how this movie not became big like Terrifier and stuff because how fucked up Papa Corn was and everything. And I was thinking, who's Papa Corn? And what's Circus of the Dead? So and plus clowns. That's so unbland for me. Clowns. So I checked out that movie and I was like, holy shit. It was like Devil's Rejects with clowns. And at first I was kind of like, it's being too hard, kind of being like Rob Zombie. But then I watched it a couple more times and I'm like, nah, I love it. I like how it is. I like how it going and everything. A couple of people didn't like it because it was like, oh, this is hardcore and why those rape scenes and stuff? Why they doing this? Why they doing that? I'm like, it's a grindhouse horror film. Get over yourself, and it's fictional. But other than that, I became friends with the director, Billy Pon. He has his own horror attraction. He has his own country metal band called Cornfed Cadillac. And he's the director of Circus of the Dead and Doll Boy. And we are going to welcome him onto the show. Here we go. Let's welcome Billy Pon, or may we say, Bloody Bill. Hey!
Courtney, it's so good to see you in person for the first time.
I know, this is such a good time too. I can't English today. This is my first time meeting you as well. This is so amazing. Wow, and clown makeup of all things.
I know. I told you my costume's dressing up as an idiot, and I
yes,
pulled it off
I remember
perfectly.
that. You won number one.
Yes.
Some amazing special effects right there. So, let's go to the questions.
Okay. Hey, I want to say this though, Courtney, as you're saying, like we do get a lot of that's what it is sometimes the film's too brutal because of the rape scenes and stuff like that. But have you noticed like a Terrifier 3 on their teaser, they're getting slammed a lot for that because I guess it's that he killed a kid.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I'm seeing like it's horror.
It should be anything, you guys.
It's a horror movie, y'all.
Yeah. So stop with your it's okay if you rape, but don't kill kids, or it's okay if you kill kids, but don't rape. It's like it's a horror movie. It's up to you to either watch or not to watch, but don't judge and censor things.
And plus, most horror movies are based on real life.
Yes, there you go. And this stuff happens in real life.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I hate the Hicks box fees of most things like that. And plus, certain friend used to get on about it and stuff, and he's like, well, you just want to fuck the clown. You just want to fuck Papa Corn. I'm like, fictionally and in fantasy, yes, I do.
You're not the only one. I get written that all the time about Papa Corn the clown. If I started an OnlyFans with Papa Corn, I'd make more money on that than the movie, I think.
Hey, might help you with the budget.
Yeah, well, that's a good idea.
Hey, Bill. But would he be for it? No, he's like,
You know, I've seen a lot of his movies, and he's nude a lot, so I don't think he's super modest when it comes to that when it's for art, but we'll see. I mean, it's something to consider, I suppose, but it'd totally be his call.
If he's watching right now, hey, Bill, Austin Daniel, we want OnlyFans of you.
I feel like Bill's not watching. I feel like knowing Bill, he's by an old fashioned little candlelight thing, reading Edgar Allan Poe or something to himself. That's how I picture Bill spending his time.
I don't know. He could be watching it because he actually said, "I love your show."
Is that yeah.
Yeah. I like that's a shocker.
Well, I know what it is now. I'll check out more episodes. You're already up to episode 60.
Yes, I am. I delayed a couple episodes because of drama, but you know what? Oh, news.
Well, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Be gone with drama.
Okay, well, be gone. Be gone.
You got Bill coming up on one of your shows, right?
Yes, I do have Bill Austin Jr. coming on my show next Wednesday. Not next Wednesday. The 29th.
He's a very
November
good interview.
29th.
Yeah, he'll make me look like an idiot. So
I
enjoy
don't
his
think
show.
so. I make my show comfortable for anybody on my show, no matter if it's the first time or the 160th time.
Yeah.
And last week, not last week, the last episode I had James Basamas on the show.
Oh yeah, James. I know James. Yeah, I see him around too. It's like I guess everybody in Indy kind of knows everybody a little bit.
Me, I'm just friends. I started out with Joe Castro, and then it just worked my way up. Man, that's a fun story about Joe Castro. But you probably will see that on the detail in the episode when I interviewed him. How I became. It all started out with walking at Blockbuster and seeing the movie Taylor Tunes.
Oh, really? Blockbuster. I didn't get a movie out quick enough to get it into Blockbuster before they all closed. So I'm sad about that. But
and I'm like, oh, yeah, you could be my cherry pop into clown torture porn movies.
I don't know if that'd be a fun one for people to recommend at Blockbuster. Hey, have you ever seen Circus of the Dead Family? So and then let them watch that.
Oh man, because I don't know why. I love it.
I don't know why either.
Oh my god, I'm getting distracted.
Hey, and Courtney, when you shoot a movie or write a movie, shoot a movie, make a movie, edit a movie, I've seen that damn movie honestly, like completely all the way through. I would say coming up easily over 300 times.
Damn,
it's rough to watch after 300 times.
It's like, god damn.
I know everything happened. I know the mess ups in it that other people don't see, the little flaws of things or whatever. I've even found me in the movie. I was in the background in one of the mirrors that I never noticed before I saw the other day. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So we got some comments on the show. We usually don't have any comments on my show. Okay, we got one from Ray Lopez. He said, hell yeah.
That's Tito Ray.
Tito Ray. Nice to meet you, Tito.
He's a good dude. I see Kenneth on there. Kenny. I miss that dude. He moved away. He's worked the haunted house for 100 years with me, but he moved away this year. Carrie McGuire, she's the Terrifier queen.
Yes, I know her. She's the one that got shot by Art the Clown and Terrifier.
Yeah, what do they call her? Swiss cheese titties.
Yeah. I'm here. Have a great show, you two. That's a good. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's one of my buddies. And let's see what we
Polska queen. Is that about sausage? I think that's about sausage.
Might be. I don't know. And then we got Kenny.
That tastes like a sausage comment to me.
My best friend Billy Pon, my boss of DEFCON.
That's Kenny. He's a good dude.
You seem like a good dude.
He worked behind the scenes in Circus and did a lot of stuff. He's like one of my right hand men. There's Craig Vitosh. He's an actor and his son's an actor too. And his son's got a big movie coming out soon. I can't remember what it is, but his son's got a big old career coming ahead of him, Craig.
Oh wow. Who's the gray-haired chick with the beard?
Yeah.
That's my sidekick, the bearded lady.
He's always acting like that because he that's how he flirts with me. That's how he flirts with me.
Are you trying to flirt for me? Because I'm sorry, but Miss Courtney Webb is taken. I'm sorry. The Joker is gonna come right after you. Okay, because man, we getting so many comments. I'm like, I'm not used to this. I started working for Billy Pon in 1999 at DEF CON one back when it was the one big maze and no clowns, and then about 10 years later, we made into two mazes, zombies and clowns. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
that's where
really
it
cool.
was a haunted house before it was a movie.
Oh, that's so awesome. Oh my God. I'm like, I am fangirling, as you can see.
Well, it was inspired by Captain Spaulding. You know, he had that monsters or maze of monsters and madmen, and I said, so I did Circus of the Dead murder maze, and we had Doll Boy was in there, and then we started creating these other characters like Peppy the Mime and Papa Corn and Noodle Dome, and that's what I used to make the movie out of. Now, Noodle Dome, the person playing Noodle Dome and Doll Boy were actually the people that's always played it, but we went out and found a new Papa Corn. Lee Ankrum played the first Papa Corn at the haunted house. He's my co-writer and my longtime buddy.
Oh, that's so cool. That's the emo clown that people keep mentioning. I'm like, emo clown?
Yeah.
Who's the emo clown?
He's writing a book. I don't know if it's called Sally, but it's about this serial killer that goes, I guess, over like 40 or 50 years of serial killing. Starts in like Nazi Germany and goes all the way to the 70s or whatever. And it's the character Sally. So it's so sad and depressing. That's why I always call him emo. But he's the most creative, talented person I've ever met in my life. And, I'm lucky to have him as a friend, half of my life. So
that is beautiful. So awesome. Man, I'm getting so much comments. I'm not used to this. I'm used to being like dead in the audience.
Carrie's going to want the goods on Circus Dead. We're going to talk that.
Yeah.
Raven Wisdom is another really good writer and stuff too. We've collaborated on a couple of things. She's really good too. And she's local too. Her kids work the haunted house and stuff too. She's good friends of mine and Kelly. And I actually run into her today at the doctor's office by accident.
Wow. Small world, man.
Small world.
It's a small world after all. I forgot how that song started.
We're gonna so Circus of the Dead 2 is about me personally kicking Art the Clown's ass. From second one all the way to the end.
Just a film of you kicking somebody dressed up as Art the Clown.
And no, it's gonna be a film of just all the memes I've made and trolled. Terrifier. That's what it's gonna be.
Oh, hey, okay.
Lance, the Circus of the Dead 2 shirts are already up on the store. They've been on the store for a week.
Oh,
Mr. Lance, Mr. Wagner.
This is amazing. I share it on my group. Hopefully it helps. Well, thank you for sharing the interview to your group. We appreciate it because we're like 98 subscribers, and if we reach 100 subscribers, I am gonna play the Crown Cafe song by Terrifier and Terrifier 2 with my hands.
That's good stuff there.
Yes, I might do it in Art the Clown makeup too.
Now I'm gonna play it with my butt cheeks. I don't want to blow out the speaker, so I better not.
Oh my god. Okay, let me get the interview going.
Okay.
I'm getting so distracted.
And let's not forget too, we got to fill in everybody on the skinny on Circus of the Dead. Circus of the Dead 2 also.
Yes, we do. Because I want to know. And I got pictures to show and everything. Okay. I start this question out.
Okay.
For everyone, no matter big or small. What is strange and wonderful about yourself?
I don't know about wonderful. Everything about me is strange. I think what'd be strange is everybody thinks I'm really dark and macabre and messed up, but I'm actually pretty good with kids in a non-Michael Jackson way. I'm pretty friendly to everybody I meet. And I just like talking just like you guys. I'm a horror fan also. So, I love watching horror films and talking horror films with everybody else. Wonderful is I can take some ideal, like even a bad ideal, and make it a good ideal. It's like I always kind of say I'm really good at polishing turds. I worked in television for like 20 years and did commercials, TV commercials. and they come in with really bad ideas and stuff sometimes, the clients, and you got to make something out of nothing. And I think that's what made me a decent director.
I mean, for your first film, well, actually, no, Dog Boy was your first film. It looks pretty good because I've been watching. I'm like, damn, this is amazing.
And that one was shot on tape. Now, if you're not technically inclined or whatever, everything was shot on tape once upon a time, but then it switched to little disc. And now it's just mostly memory drives or Bluetoothing it somewhere or something, or airdropping it. But once upon a time, we shot on film, little tapes. So we shot those on mini DV tapes back in 2009. Not knowing what we're doing, is just a bunch of us from the TV station trying to make a movie. But I used everything I knew, from doing commercials. So that's what we tried to do. And I knew I know I didn't want to do a feature. It ended up going 20 minutes, but I knew I didn't want to tackle a feature. But looking back, I should have did a feature because I think Dollboy would have made a pretty good feature.
I think so too, because it's interesting, especially because I've been watching Dollboy after I watched Circus of the Dead, because the whole time when Papa Corn's like, "Oh, did you have fun with the babysitter?" And I was thinking, like, did he fuck the babysitter? What is going on? I need to know. And
that's
then
him there. See him up here?
Yeah, Dollboy. Yeah. And then once they said babysitter, they were talking about Dollboy. Like, oh, now it makes more sense.
See, Courtney, is Dollboy's always been in that Circus of the Dead world, because he come from the haunt and stuff. But before we tackled Circus of the Dead, I thought, well, let's just do one character. Dollboy is my brother-in-law, Sergio Gracida, and he's married to my sister, Mei Lee. But we thought, let's try this locally and see if we can make something halfway decent. And we did this short, and man, when it was all said and done, I think Dollboy got into over 70 film festivals when it got sent out. Yeah, I was very surprised. It got to the point where I didn't even have to pay for them. I was just getting written and somebody going, hey, we love your film. Can we put it in our film festival kind of thing?
Oh, wow.
But even then, if you notice, like Noodle Dome, we already knew who he was going to be. He threw the people into the place where Dollboy was, and then, got Brandon at the end of it. So it was always tied together. And basically the backstory would have been is Papa those guys raided a Starbucks place called Super Java and killed a bunch of people and kidnapped a bunch of people and threw them into the Guadalajara where Dollboy was. And whoever was left over, that's who they're going to take and torture at the circus. Oh, it happened to be Jed Dusler, aka Brandon, the asshole with the watch.
Oh, yep. I remember Brandon.
Yes.
Poor Brandon. He's
poor Brandon.
Poor Brandon. Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, you're gonna get your hand back, staple it back on.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
It's like this is like McKinney. Oh my God, McKinney Manor. That is not a haunted house. That is a straight up torture chamber right there.
McKinney Manor, yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't, people ask me if I ever do that in haunted houses. I don't know. I get insurance every year for that top stuff, and I don't even let my actors touch the people, vice versa, because it's just too much liability into it.
Yeah, it is.
I don't want to take the chance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, next question. What made you get into the horror genre?
I'd probably say my dad. He would take us, to drive-in movies when I was in the late 70s. I'd see scary movies at the drive-in. And then when VHS come out, he'd rent anything that was scary, from Eaten Alive to Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, and all this kind of stuff, Evil Dead. And I just loved it. And I told him I was going to make those someday. And that's what I wanted to do. I just loved watching them. I loved renting them. As I got older, I'd rent them. My friends would come over. We'd watch them in my bedroom. And that was a lot of my Friday and Saturday nights as an early teenager was just renting, the crazier, the better, Toxic Avenger and all that stuff, and watch every movie I could get on VHS, knowing that I wanted to make, horror movies someday.
Nice. My way I got into the horror gene was pretty much, well, one, as a kid, I was scared shitless of them. Because I remember my grandma was like, hey, let's watch the new Wes Craven new Nightmare. And then me, kid me, was like, what? And so the one scene where Freddy Krueger was attacking that boy at the surgeon place and paying the call, that gave me nightmares for days.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I do not want to be Neil Michael Miles or Jason or any of that. And
Well, see,
then,
so you're younger than I am. So by the time those come out, I was seeing the new releases at the theaters, with either friends or, potential girlfriends or something. So
yeah.
I started, once, the new Elm Street come out, you had to go see it. You had to go see the new Friday the 13th. Because back then, before there was VOD, it wasn't even straight to video. It was everything kind of went to the theaters, it seemed like. So you tried to see everything you could back then.
Yeah. I've missed those days.
I do
But,
too, yeah.
but, well, what got me into it, then I slowly started getting into it with Goosebumps, what's helped me get into horror movies. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to work my way up harder. Go. And then I'm like, bam. And then Serbian film.
So, yeah.
Serbian, oh man, that film was, ooh.
But, there again, it's censorship. I don't believe in it. I think if it's a movie, it should be about anything you want it to be about. It's your right to watch it or not to watch it. But, I think you should do. Yeah, I think you should make a movie about any scary thing you want to make it about.
Me too. Because I'm like, why? But if you're against that, don't watch it. Okay. As a child, did you picture yourself to be the person you are now?
Oh no! I mean, I would have grown up to either be Bruce Lee or Luke Skywalker. So no, I didn't. And I turned out looking like Chumley from Pawn Star. So no, I don't think I turned out the way I thought I was supposed to. I knew I was going to do movies, but that's the thing, Courtney. I would tell everybody out there now is, don't blink your damn eyes because you're going to be old before you know it. Because I honestly can think back and I could be in my early 20s, plotting how I wanted to make movies someday and stuff. And here I am, 53. So it's, don't wait till tomorrow. Sometimes you got to get moving on it. And that's why we're going to do Search of the Dead 2 is I had some other movies and stuff, but it's like at the end of the day is like the fans want it so badly. And I said, well, what if this is the only one, I can do before something happens to me, and I better do it before something does happen to me. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm doing it for you and for the fans, and for the actors that deserve another, Bill and them to get another, because that hopefully we just barely touched the iceberg with Bill. I got a lot of great stuff coming up for part 2. I'm not gonna give away much of the story or anything, but I'm telling you, it's gonna be. I like to give Bill something special to read. Bill is like a sports car or a racehorse. It's like you don't get them and just put them in a pony ride. You let them run and do what they do. You open it up, let it go a million miles an hour. So I really like to give him good quality stuff, a good role and good lines and stuff, and let him act and do what he does best. And it come out in Circus of the Dead, and I just hope it's going to come out even more in Circus of the Dead too.
Me too. I just hope it starts like what Terrifier did.
Yeah. Okay. Like, what do you mean? In what way?
Like bringing horror movies back.
Oh yeah. Well, that would help my bank account. So that would be okay. I like those guys. I give them shit a lot of times and troll them, but it's purely out of love because what they did is they did something indie films can't do. And thank God they did that because it's kind of showing us that, you know what, then we all have a chance. If we put in the effort and the hard work like they're doing, we got a chance. And those guys, I mean, I don't want to speak for David and Damien, but I think they really respect Circus of the Dead a lot. They probably don't give two shits about me, but I think they respect the movie. And I think they know we worked hard and stuff. And if anything, they're competition. They give me competition and make me work harder. And that's the best thing you can have in your comrades in this business is somebody to make you work harder and try harder to make, I want to do good. I want to show them who's the king clown. On the block.
It's like, nah, I'm the top bitch. Chill. You're the bottom bitch.
But they're good. Those effects in Terrifier 2. I went to the theaters to see it and I loved it. And we were trying to get to those level of effects too. And but we were very limited on budget. But we're going to get it right this time around.
Yeah. And I think with the fan base and stuff, I think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah,
I hope so.
I mean, I try to help. I mean, honestly, I want to be in Circus of the Dead too. I please, I want to be Papa Corn's victim, please.
Well, we may do fundraisers, so everybody should save their money is to be killed by certain clowns at different times. I'm not much on. I won't sell rolls, to be in the movie. Not dinner rolls with butter. I keep all those and eat them, but we won't sell rolls. But we will maybe do getting killed by somebody. But I will say this too: is there's going to be, when we filmed the circus scenes last time, we had about 200 extras, but we can get about 400 extras in there. So when we film all the circus stuff, and there'll be a lot more circus stuff, I'd really like to pack it with the Circus of the Dead fans. And whoever comes to these things, even if it's 200 to 400 people, we're going to have a special gift for them showing up that night since they're helping us out. And there's a lot of acting opportunities as the crowd and stuff too. So when we film that circus thing, y'all better get your asses to Odessa, Texas. And, for a couple nights, we're going to film some hellacious and very big surprises in the circus tent.
Honestly, I want to be the one to go falling with popcorn. Popcorn's like, "Hi, I'm Popcorn. You want to know what my friends call me? Popcorn."
Yeah,
And like,
yeah.
I'm like, shouldn't it be Daddy Corn?
Yeah.
I
think Lee Ankrum come up with that name, and we knew Noodle Dome was going to be Noodle Dome because we pass a road going to Dallas on I-20 and it says Noodle Dome Road, and we just liked that name. But I hated the name Popcorn, and he kept saying it, and we wrote it, and I left it in the script always knowing that I'm going to change it. But I guess it started sticking with me, and I'm kind of glad I did because I can't imagine him being called something else. Now, Jumbo Clown is a little small clown.
Yeah.
He's called that because it's like that stupid oxymoron in the sense of jumbo shrimp, jumbo clown. Yeah. I thought since he's small and he's called Jumbo. Now, Mr. Blister, his name come from, it was supposed to be Zippo in the movie, and like the lighter. And our attorney, Brian Landa, said he didn't like us doing that because he didn't want us to get in trouble by the Zippo company.
Yeah.
So we tried to think of something funny. And Rusty Edwards played Mr. Fister in that trailer I did, that old Grindhouse fake trailer. And somebody said, "Hey, well, what about Mr. Blister instead of Mr. Fister?" And then it's like, bang, it's like, oh, Mr. Blister. But his real name, a lot of people don't know this, is Mr. Blister Bottoms. Mr. Blister Bottoms.
Yeah. Mr. Blister Bottoms.
Yeah.
That's my legal government name.
That's his Christian name.
And Popcorn, you may never know what his name is.
You probably will not.
Never. Okay, let me go back to my question. What made you want to be a film director, producer, writer, and actor?
Well, I wanted to be a filmmaker when I saw Star Wars as like a 7 or 8 year old. And that inspired me so much to tell the stories because I like telling stories. But then, like I said, when the VHS revolution came out, I saw Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 on video, and I loved it a lot. But then I went back to watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1, from 74. And I actually liked it. I love part 2, don't get me wrong, but I love part 1 because it felt like such a real and visceral movie. And that's where I think Circus of the Dead has a little bit of that feel to it. Like you said, Devil's Rejects, that was Rob Zombie loved Chainsaw 2, and also, so I think that's what I was going. Now, as far as being an actor, I'm not a damn actor. I can play myself in a film, but I'm no Bill Oberst, Paris Randall, or anything. Those guys are masters at their crafts. I'm just a jackass. I get offered some roles only because I guess I got a lot of followers and stuff, and a lot of people like seeing me in it and laughing at me. But I've done some movies, like I've done Jake Perry's Tapeworm Z. I've done Mike Murphy's Ghost, like this, a paranormal type thing. I did Joseph Rodriguez's Ghost of the Deadlands, and I'm just kind of getting it, my feet wet with that. But to be a actor, like my girlfriend Kelly or something, I don't know how to do it because she acts every day like she likes me, and I know that's impossible. So.
Oh my! Why are you so hard on yourself? Stop. Stop.
She saw me without pants, so that's why I say she's been through the worst.
I can understand that.
Oh, it's Brian Clegg. Brian Clegg seen me without pants too.
Okay. How did you come up with the concept of Doll Boy, and what made you want to make that film?
Okay, well, like I said, Doll Boy and them, we had a haunted house, and Sergio Gracida, at the time he was just my daughter's, my sister's boyfriend, and he found this mask from Jeff at Death Studios, and it was called I think it's called Bubba or some Bubba mask or something. No, Junior, and it's the mask you see over my shoulder right here.
Yeah, I see.
And he had that mask, and he was wanting to do like overalls or coveralls like Michael Myers or something. I go, no. He goes, we got to be something good, I don't want to be something, like a pussy or something. And some AC/DC come on the radio, and I was thinking, and I went to the Goodwill, and I found those big Dickie shorts and put the red stripe down the side, and because I thought it'd be good to have him like Angus Young, like a schoolboy wearing it. And shoot, the rest is history. He was kind of like a cross between Leatherface and Angus Young. And he was just so intimidating looking in the haunted house. I knew it would make a good, little movie. And then we found the perfect set was a closed down flea market. And Lee went in there and did some decorating along with some other friends. And man, it just nailed it. He is a freak that Papa created. Okay. He's a child molester.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, they've cut his privates off, and they put them in this thing, and they use them as a game, kind of like what Rob Zombie is doing in 31. We did in Dollboy way before that, is they throw in there and see who the winner is, whoever gets to live longest before he kills them. But mostly they just throw children in there and let this guy, devour them in whatever way he wants to.
Oh,
same thing with Peppy the Mime. Papa and them removed his jaw, because he talked too much, and he become Peppy the Mime. The new movie, I'll give a little bit away. There's a new character called the Wild Woman of Borneo that'll finally make an appearance. It'll be the first female freak that you'll see from Papa. And I think she's going to be a big hit too.
Who do you think will play her?
I've got a couple in mind. But see, that's what people always say is sometimes it's not even necessarily look sometimes or acting ability. Sometimes it's like when I write a lot of roles, I've met people along the way, my journey. And even like Bill, when I was writing Papa Corn, I was researching indie actors, and he popped up, and I saw so many of his demo reels. I kind of had his voice in my head, and it worked out. So that's what I did. Same thing with Rusty and Noodle Dome. I know them, and I just kind of, like I, give them creative steroids and make these crazy characters. Same thing with Dollboy and stuff. So on her, it's like I kind of got like a physical build for the Wild Woman of Borneo because she's starved and stuff like that. And I like looking sometimes for actors or actresses that maybe don't get a lot of work or something because of their physical attributes or something, and give them a chance at something to do. It's like the new Wonka is they hired Hugh Grant to play
Oompa Loompa.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, it's like it's what I'm saying. It's like Brandon Fraser as a fat guy. It's like it's just too bad there's no fat actors out there anywhere. It's like I like to, it's like sometimes you don't need to be in a fat suit, get a fat actor, but I guess they're just grabbing for names and stuff. But I personally, like oddball people and different things. So I like everybody to get a chance because in real life, that's what it is anyway.
I would recommend getting Victoria DeMall. She is amazing.
Well, she's sending that thing. We'll take a look at her and stuff, and I'm going to have 2 emails set up soon for that, and everybody just send a headshot, and maybe some contact info, a demo reel if you got one, and Lance reminded me too. I had a country club cameo. Oh, I did. I went into a bar and got a beer. Yeah, I didn't even finish it. That's how much I drink. 2 beers a year, maybe, of that. And most of them are usually at Texas Frightmare Weekend. So,
yeah. I mean, can anybody auditions for your films? Like anybody with no experience at all?
Yeah, because there's some things that because acting can be a lot of things. It's like, what did Dollboy say in his movie? He didn't say shit. So there's something. He's got that physical stature, but Sergio, it's not just putting on a mask. It's like if you watch him, he does the Leatherface thing. Same thing with Noodle Dome. Ryan is like a master at his facial expressions, almost like David, Howard Thornton is. It's sometimes it's hard not to talk in a character because you got to sell it with your face and your actions. And I thought Noodle Dome was a lot like that too. So yeah, it could be anybody. The auditions, once it gets close, if I kind of like the way somebody I think they might could do, I'll ask them to read, for something if they want to do that part.
I mean,
Um,
I volunteer.
you volunteer, but it's you just gotta, like I always tell it, because to me it's hard not to put everybody in it. Because if I had the
Oh
chance to put
yeah.
everybody in it, but Courtney, if I put everybody in it, what makes me different? It's like, this is what I wanted to talk about tonight, is that like everybody wants to be a clown in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I did that, I would be no different than these other, kind of cheesy movies, and nothing against them. But Circus of the Dead's not like a normal clown movie.
It's not.
Right. If I started adding, Uncle Fester clown, Howdy Doody clown, it's like, when does it stop? It's like, there's got to be a rule in this universe, and you stick to this rule. I always had this idea of making a movie about a convention and the crazy things I've gone through. Like, that might be an ideal someday. And then I can have a bunch of clowns, because like everybody thinks I'm a clown lover to some extent. I was just trying to make the anti-clown, or the good clown movie that's not anti-cheesy, or that is anti-cheesy, because I love Captain Spaulding and Sid Haig, more importantly, so much. He inspired me so much in House of a Thousand Corpses. I just thought it was the coolest thing. But when we did our clown makeup and stuff, Esau Ramirez and Pels Ramirez, his sister, they did their research with all this old school clown stuff. And we didn't, put makeup above the lip like you're supposed to and all this stuff, because we really did our research and wanted it to be real. We wanted them to be real circus clowns and not, made up stuff that you might see in a local haunted house or something. Yeah. As in your makeup. See, like your makeup, it looks great. That was all Esau Ramirez. Yeah, he come up with all that. And he did that off of, I'm trying to think of that guy's name. There's a famous old clown picture, spiky hair. I need to post it sometimes, but he was the inspiration for Popcorn.
And yeah, because I was like, my makeup was pretty much Popcorn, and I put like maybe my own little twist to it.
No, it looks great, but I said it looks traditional. It looks good. It doesn't look cheese, if you will.
Like the most cheesy horror clown makeup you see. Like, what would be the most cheesy horror clowns?
Well, I'm not. I'm not going there, because those are a lot of friends made those movies and stuff. So I'd just be being a dick. But I don't have a torn. Yeah, no, I love Pennywise. That's some good shit.
Yeah, it is.
They dotted the I's and crossed the T's on that one with Skarsgård. God dang, that was good.
Yeah.
I would have done it a little differently. Because they're pretty Hollywood, but still, that you can't deny his look and stuff. Good gosh, it was good. No, I'm talking about just movies where, you know what I'm saying. You've watched some bad indie movies, Courtney. I know you have. We all have.
Yes.
I can't do that to you. I especially can't do it to like Kelly or, my family and things like that. Is like, I want to make a movie. Like, if Circus is, if you're not even getting to be in Circus or something, and you don't even get to come to the extras or whatever, you as a fan, I want you to love the movie and be proud of it.
Yes.
I want you to be proud to tell somebody to watch this movie. I do not want to let anyone down, including myself. But, Rusty and Bill, it's like, I want them to be proud of the movie. So when they talk about the movie, they're not embarrassed of it. Because I go to the conventions and I see so many movies, and I sit through so many movies that are kind of rough to get through. And I can't put somebody through that. It's scary to me to do that to somebody. I could never forgive myself for making somebody look, stupid in a movie, so to speak.
Yeah, I can understand that, because I have seen some bad films and stuff.
Yes, Lon Chaney. Mariah wrote and said it was Lon Chaney. Yes, that's exactly what it was. He has the spiky red hair and the big old ruffle. And if you know Oberst, he's a super big fan of Lon Chaney. I think he won the Lon Chaney Award. Did he not, Kelly? Yeah.
Cool. I am learning.
You can call me a Pon Chaney.
I am learning so much. I'm like, wow, I never knew all this stuff.
There's Chandler. We know Chandler, don't we?
Chandler, yeah, that's my buddy.
Yeah, I met him through you. Lorenzo, that's one of my buddies too.
Chandler, hey Chandler, how you doing? I did that commission of him getting hugged by Popcorn.
Yes, I got a tattoo like that where Popcorn's hugging a naked me. Um,
I had that tattoo. Well, not actually tattoo, but I had the fake tattoo.
somebody's
Want to
got the
guess?
real one on their leg.
Oh
One of my
wow!
friends has got it. Yeah,
Wow,
there's a lot of Circus of the Dead tattoos out there, and I love every one of them. They make me proud.
that is wonderful. Let me go. Let me get back to it. Okay. Tell us all about how you came up with Circus of the Dead.
Well, like I said, it was like I was sitting at a haunted house, and me and Lee was sitting up there, and I said, if we were going to make a movie, hypothetically,
Mhm.
what would be like a faux pas, not what to do when you make it, and that's how we started coming up with the story.
Mhm.
Is like, what would they do? And I was sitting on the toilet one day, and I had this. Melissa Land, who's one of our producers, gave me this book because if anybody knows me, it's tough for me to read because I think I got ADHD, and she gave me this little book. It's like 99 people you won't that you'll meet in hell or something. And it
Mhm.
was basically just a short page synopsis of all these evil people in life, serial killers. And the John Wayne Gacy said clown can get away with murder. And boom, the whole movie come right then.
Oh
Bang.
wow!
Yeah.
Just from a quote, and you're like, I got an
From
idea.
taking a shit and looking at a little book, yes. I knew I was going to do a movie. I just didn't know where it was going to go. And then, taking a shower, taking a shit, that's when your best ideas seem to come. So you got to always remember these things and start writing your stuff down. But I would recommend, this is one of Billy's filmmaking 101 things is get you a good inner circle of people that you trust and run your ideas by them.
Mhm.
They'll be honest with you. Hopefully they will be honest with you and set you straight when you're starting to veer off track and do something cheesy or stupid. They'll catch you, so
That's understandable because most of my ideas I get from dreams or people I meet in my life,
and
and
you
then I'm
write them
like,
down. I saw some of your stuff. It's like, that's what you're saying. You're wanting to write with me. At first I was thinking, first off, you don't want that hell because the only one that's been able to take it and live is Lee Ankrum, because it's tough being creative with me. But what I can do is help you, because I help a lot of people and stuff, right? And I've even ghost written a lot of scripts that people don't know I've wrote. So I love doing that because I really think that's my best quality, is being an idea guy. And I think anything could be a good story as long as it's done right. You can make a story about we can make a story about this podcast tonight and make it the
mhm.
right thing. There's always something. You just got to have a good bullshit meter in your gut and not, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's not doing what you want just because it makes you happy. You got to
Happy.
let the story dictate where you go.
Hmm.
Popcorn dictates to me what he's going to say, what he's going to do, and that's the same thing with all the characters. So even
Because
like a night
okay,
watchman, they would tell me, it's like I can't put something that's not. You put yourself in that situation of what somebody would say or do.
because fictional me would probably get fucked up by popcorn.
Yes, but see, he's not. He's not so much of getting his own hands dirty too much. His thing is the psychological part of fucking with somebody else to make them do what he wants.
Hmm.
He's just basically, he come from me and Lee back where we were in life back then, is we felt like, life is, dumped on us, and we just didn't trust, and we feel like the world's basically, we could pretend that it's all, one big bubble gum and rainbows and
Nah,
unicorns.
it's
It's really
not.
not. But here's what's funny is, now you fast forward to since we made that, it's like the world's showing us right now what kind of bullshit it's in right now. It's like, is it really that far-fetched? It's not at all.
No.
It's tough. And that's where, see, I got to be careful how much I talk about Circus of the Dead too. But that's where Papa's at. He's in this realization, is he's coming to a new thought process in life and what he's trying to figure out. Okay. So he's figuring, he's coming into maybe being, what he's doing is making him feel monotonous, and he's getting bored with what he's doing and how he's living.
Oh,
And he might be possibly looking for something else.
NATO level.
Well, Papa
We
don't
don't
believe
know
in
about
love.
that.
He don't believe in love. He's one of those people that don't believe in love, unfortunately. So,
Oh, damn.
but I tell Kelly all the time, love's the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah, it is. Because popcorn, he's like, he's like, I just like you for sex. That's all. Bye.
It's not even the sex, Courtney, because he could fuck a jar of peanut butter and get his
He
box on. It's the control and
yes.
the pain that it inflicts, and the fear that it inflicts. It's think of it like this. It goes back to me and Lee is if none of us had a conscience,
Mm-hmm.
and you get mad, Courtney, like you're a good person and all, but sometimes you probably get mad and say, you know what? If I'd like to go stab that person right inside of their damn temple.
Oh,
That's what I said.
jeez.
What if that's what he does is he's got no remorse or
Conscious.
conscience. Yeah. And he just does what he wants, without consequences. So we all think that that isn't us.
Don't do it.
Yeah. And here's a big bombshell too, is the original script that I wrote was Papa and Don was the same person.
Oh,
It was
wow.
kind of like that movie with was it Norton that did Split, or no, James James McAvoy or whatever. So it was like it was kind of like Split, the original one was, and it got switched somehow because I thought it was going to be too hard for me to pull off, that. But at the end of the movie, you're going to find out it was the same person because basically they're yin and yang, and that's what I wanted to show. Is Don was just turned into a zombie by his everyday life, and he took his family for granted, and Papa Corn's just looking in the crowd, and he sees this look on this dude's face, and he's thinking, you know what, let's teach this son of a gun a lesson that maybe he doesn't have it so bad after all.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Oh, he's like, I hate his fucking hair. We'll get him. I hate his fucking hair. Let's get him.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately,
that's probably what he did. Like, he got what the fuck is going on with his hair? Come on, we're gonna fuck him up. Let's go.
Yeah, fuck him up because of his hair. It's like in Doll Boy, Brandon Jed. He only cared about his watch during Doll Boy, so it's like, don't put material possessions before your life, you dumbass.
Yeah,
so it's
exactly.
Like every movie I do, until I find out what it is, then I can make the movie, because it's got to be something simple that fits into that, like a little sentence like that. Like Circus was, don't take your life for granted because it could always be worse. Doll Boy was, don't put material possessions, before life.
Exactly.
Yes. And part Circus of the Dead 2 is going to be just clown penis 24/7. So
yes, I'm for it. Yes. I want to be a clown stripper.
Rusty wants to be the fluffer, he said.
I want to be the clown stripper.
A clown stripper. You're going to have to fight Rusty for that one.
Ah,
I can't get that dude to keep his pants on when he's around. Now, something else, too, is, Noodle Dome Ryan Clapp, if you get to meet him in real life, Kelly will attest, too, is he's like the sweetest, biggest teddy bear in the world. So him slamming that baby in that movie, the only reason that happened was because I was fucking with him. And he doesn't like doing that kind of stuff. And just like in Doll Boy, where he slammed that door with the little kid in there screaming, he was freaking out because he didn't want to do it, because he's got such a big heart. But unfortunately, I'm such a shitty friend that I get in those situations and I think of, how can I screw with this guy really bad and make him uncomfortable? And that's how some of that comes up. And with all the crazy wild stuff in Circus, when I go to these film festivals at conventions, the most walked out part of the movie is when the baby gets slammed.
Yeah, because I remember I was like, oh, that baby. And then I was thinking, what happens to the baby? It's stuck in the van.
You know what happens to it is Carrie McGuire buys it, and she has it now. Carrie bought the baby. Gizmo. They call the baby Gizmo. Amanda, who was the mother in that scene, nicknamed the baby Gizmo. It's a little girl. Yeah.
No, I wasn't really talking about the baby. I think I got mixed up. But the one scene with the little toddler in the van and Doll Boy.
Oh, Doll Boy.
Happens?
Yeah.
What happens to her? Does she just like, the clown's like, you know what? You're one of us now. Come on.
Well, it's what happens to her. You don't know. It's she ends up at Noodle Dome's place, and he probably treats them good until he accidentally breaks their neck, and then he makes a hand puppet out of them or something. That's the cool thing about Noodle Dome, is he's got that workshop, and we've seen some of that in Circus, the first one, where he's got some really interesting things in there that he's made. Remember, he took Don's wife's head, Tiffany, and put a vagina in the mouth, and then they called it Penelope. Yeah, so yeah.
Oh god, I remember that scene too. You just see Papa Corn's like, "Well, I'm gonna fuck it now." I'm like,
Hey, in person when we were filming that shit was intense. And we were all quiet, and he was doing what he was doing. But whenever I yelled "cut," though, everybody was laughing their ass off, including Bill. So it was gold stuff, I mean, it was to be on the set. But what was funny was that we had this big warehouse soundstage, and we built the interior of the trailer, the clown trailer, in there. So when Bill was fucking the head and all that, and Jed was in there playing Brandon, and Parrish Randall was in there playing Donald. And then Ryan was in there in the back doing the Hercules clap. And Papa was fucking their head. He was making these crazy sounds. And when we first tried to record it, everybody offset was out there laughing. And I had to get it. I had to say, y'all need to shut up. I'm going to kill everyone. Shut up. So, but it was such a funny thing that once it was over, is like everybody outside the scene and everybody just started laughing hysterically.
I know, I'd be laughing too, but I was like, no, we gotta get the scene. We gotta show how fucked up the scene is. Come on, y'all, be quiet.
Well, the investors was my old boss and stuff, and there was a part that they cut out of they really carved up the script, and honestly, all those crazy things were crossed out of the script.
Oh,
and I wasn't supposed to shoot it, but me being Bloody Bill, I shot it. It's. What is that saying? Is it's easier to, do it and ask for forgiveness later, than to ask for permission.
Yeah.
I totally did that, and it worked out good. And I'm glad I kept it in, because I think those are some of my favorite scenes. I love being at a convention and watching people watch the movie.
Oh man, I remember the one scene when Papa Corn was stalking Don's wife.
Yes.
And he was at the window. He's just masturbating. I mean, I was just thinking, he's like, "You want the clown? You want the clown?" Me, I'm just like, "Yeah, I do. I do want the clown. Yes."
There was a part on that one though. So we're outside of that window and we're filming it. And to give you context of the scene, there's probably 8 of us behind cameras, and then Bill was on camera, and then to behind Bill, the next door neighbor had a big tall wooden fence, but there's 2 kids looking over the fence, wondering what we're doing. And they couldn't have been 8 and 10. And they sit and watched him for us film that jack off scene for like 30 minutes, those little kids. And they're probably to this day saying, why was there a clown jacking off at a window? And they probably never know. So that's a true story.
Oh man. I remember when I was watching that scene, and I was like, yeah, I want the clown. Papa, you can have me.
Yeah, I want the clown too, but not in the same way, because it ain't Circus of the Dead without Bill, and I would never do it without Bill. But
no, he's the best. He's the best.
And he's ready. He's ready for Papa round 2. So we're getting the ball rolling on everything.
And I volunteer to be the fangirl that get killed.
Fangirl that gets killed, yeah.
I say something stupid like, "Hey, Daddy." He's like, "The fuck you just called me?"
Well, for sure we're gonna do. I know in the conventions, if we can get just a little bit more popular, we'll do some really cool costume photo ops and stuff. At the conventions and stuff, because I'd like to get him out to more of that stuff. There again, he's such a humble guy. He's not about fame and stuff like that. It's so strange. He doesn't like the attention.
I love that about him. But, he's just really humble and stuff, and
very much. And we're going to get them all in costume, and Rusty and everybody out at those conventions sometime.
Dude, it'd be fucking awesome if you can get David Howell Thornton dressed up as Alt.
Well, we've talked about it, but here's the thing with that, Courtney, is Carrie and I have talked about that. She could tell you, but we don't fucking hold a candle to them yet. It's not.
That's
fair.
True. That's true.
I don't feel like we deserve that opportunity yet, but hopefully someday we will.
If
I like David a lot, and I'm going to work with David someday. But it's
he should be in Circus of the Dead too, like a victim that's getting killed.
You never know. Wink, wink. But all I'm going to say is though, he will never be a clown for me, because I don't want to do that, because
that's he kind of tight cast.
Yeah, well, not even just that, is you're not going to top art. I mean, that's sacrilegious for me to even try. So I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But would I work with him? And I would work with him in a heartbeat. I would like to give him some dialogue and let him and Bill go at it together, in a real dialogue scenes and stuff. So maybe with that opportunity, it'll come someday. Because when I first met him was on MySpace. He was a Joker cosplayer when I first met him, like a long time ago. And I followed his page and put him on the list. He was like number 2 or 3 on my list, right after Bill. Bill just happened to be the first person I reached out to, and he saw the script and dug it. And then, the rest is history. We worked together. But David was actually on the list to play Papa Corn way before Art, way before all that stuff.
Man, can you imagine like an alternative universe where David Howard Thornton is playing Papa Corn instead of Art the Clown?
No, I think an all-female clown group would be good too.
Oh, yes.
I felt like if Bill, didn't do it and somebody forced me to do that, it's like I might have, that would be the only way I would consider it, or go back to a prequel, to younger ones or something. But I really would not like to do this. If this is the last one and I go out, I just don't, feel like I want to continue without Bill, if that was ever the case. So
exactly. Bill is just, he's the one. He is the one. But a female all clown movie. Have you thought about making one of those?
I do is I'm like part Chinese and you don't know if you heard the term chop suey. That's like, I mean, I know it's a song, but it's not the song I'm talking about, but it's kind of like menudo, but for Chinese people, it's like they throw a lot of different stuff and make chop suey. Mm-hmm. I wanted to do a Billy Pon, Bloody Bill kind of chop suey where it's a bunch of shorts. And I may do like an anthology movie sometime where I just do little 20-minute shorts and put 4 or 5 together to make a little anthology, so that I can work with more actors, and just spend a weekend shooting one short here and there and making anthologies. But see, I may visit that. That might be a good opportunity to do a female Circus of the Dead and surprise everybody for a season finale, kind of like From the Crypt kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
So it could be about anything.
Yeah, that's amazing. Oh, man, I'm just like so excited. Okay. How was it working with the actor Bill Austin Jr.?
It was probably the best experience. I got nothing to compare it to because the All Boy was all local people, and I love all them. And Circus was the first time we brought people out, and but everybody I brought out, like Bill and Parrish and Patrick Ryan and Brad Potts, God rest his soul, Tiffany Fesh, Chanel Ryan, all these people we brought out become my friends and like family. So I love them, but Bill most of all, I guess, because it's like me and Lee really wrote a good role, and him, like I was saying earlier, that he's such a badass that him having a good role, you could see what happens when you give an actor something good and they're great and you get something really magical. So it's like, if I would have done this and it didn't turn out as good, or it's like I probably wouldn't have continued if it wasn't for him being as great as he was. It's like he inspires me, to work harder, so, and to keep writing good parts, because I'd be embarrassed to not give him a good part. Even on Cowboys from Hell that I wrote, he had a big part in there, or has a big part in there. And I would not show him any role unless it was something great. But it's really fucking hard to live up to the role of Papa Corn. That's a big assignment. So very big assignment.
Yeah. What do you think of the fangirls with the clown game of Circus of the Dead? Like,
Courtney, I love it. I mean, I appreciate all the fans, even the ones that are negative in some ways. I would want the fangirls to remember that I'd hope it to be about the movie, first and foremost. But if I can do anything and touch people, is just to try or whatever. I'm really big about people making their own films and doing their own fake trailers and stuff, because just to kind of pay back and make this life a little bit better is everything is such negative, BS and political bullshit these days. Is trying to give back a little bit and remind people, to keep striving to be, great at what they do. That means the most to me. I know there's a lot of young filmmakers, or not even old filmmakers, that did it for the first time recently. And like at Frightmare Weekend, when we do the fake trailer, there a lot of those people are making their own features and stuff now. And that's the biggest thing to me, is that's how I want it to give back. I want Circus to inspire people, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre inspired me, like Star Wars inspired me. You know what I mean? That means the most to me. And if it inspires you to be happy sometime or something, then that makes me feel great. If I can inspire that. I would never want the movie to hurt or make people feel bad, but probably it does. Like the rape's a very touchy subject in that, but
yeah,
I tried not to film it in a derogatory way.
oh yeah,
but that's always a tough subject. I'm not going to steer away from it in part 2, because that's what did I see, that What Evil Lurks, that was on Shudder recently, is like a really good movie. It's like they didn't have a filter and they just went for it. And I think that's where filmmaking's at. And I think we all need to push that envelope in filmmaking. You know what I mean? It's just, your story's not the problem, filmmakers. It's your execution and the bare minimums of the focusing your camera or making sure you got good audio. That's what's most important. And then everything else is going to come. So, that's what I want to show people with Circus, is that somebody's first movie can actually be okay. And you could do, people go, oh, Circus is so great. And I go, that was okay. But I know I could have done better. And that's what I hope to do next go around, is actually to be better and fix the things I feel like I was weak on. And talking to my crew, I haven't talked to the cast much about it, but the crew that's what I told them. I said, let's go fix the things with ourselves that we didn't like we did on this next one, and get it as right as we can in case it's our last swan song.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's the best to do. I said we got a comment from Channel. I keep clicking the one, but okay. I want to say thank you I cannot English. Generously, Bill. You made such a kick-ass film, and it become one of my favorite clown movies of all time.
Yeah, no, thank you, Chandler. I appreciate you speaking it up all the time and being a good friend and all that. So I appreciate that.
Me too, because honestly, if it wasn't for my friend Douglas Elps talking about that movie on Facebook, I wouldn't have watched it.
Do I know him? I'll tell him thank yous if I run across him sometime.
Yeah, because he's the one that got me into the film and stuff. And I always joke that Papa Corn was the reason that my last relationship didn't work out. Oh, no.
That's the Kenny that worked the haunt with us. He's right. It's like my haunt workers, if it wasn't for the haunted house,
yeah.
And the workers and stuff, that's where we get everything done. Those are my people. But like I said, those are my family. They're like my first line of infantry, if you will, you're only as good as your people. And man, I got the best people in the world.
Exactly. And you should be proud and just.
Well, we could have done better, but we'll do better next go around. I promise.
Okay. I see you're friends with Damien Lanoy and David Howard Thornton from the Potato File series. How did that friendship begin, and will there be a crossover with Art the Clown versus Papa Corn the Clown? And who do you think will win?
Well, I mean, if you ask me who wins, it's probably going to be them because they make more money and their things more important. But no, I do not think there will be. I met them first and foremost just by being trolling them. But I think they always get the tongue-in-cheek thing is what I'm trying to do with it. So they appreciate it. I finally met them at Frightmare, and super down-to-earth people. They got some crazy-ass Yankee accents. David doesn't. He's a Southern boy, I think. He's just been living in New York a long time. But great people and stuff, and I'm learning a lot from them and hope to learn even more. I think, though, on a crossover, like I said, is like we're just nowhere in their stratosphere right now.
Yeah.
But I know if Damien gets tired, and they're down to a 3 or 4, or a 4 or 5 or something. And he said, I made a joke about it one day, but I'd promise there wouldn't be a better director for it than me if they wanted to come and tap me in or something, because, I would give it that love and that care, just like I know they would, so hopefully I just have their respect as a filmmaker and a person. And, I'm in awe of what they're doing and appreciate them, appreciate them blazing that trail for the rest of us guys.
Me too, because I've been watching Terrifier the first time. It was on Netflix, and I saw what's David Hal Thornton Art the Clown's face, and I'm like, what is this film?
Well,
Watched it, and I was like,
yeah.
I like this, but
Well, he's
what?
good. The first time I saw it was David wasn't even involved with it.
Yeah, that's the All Hallows Eve.
Yeah, but even before that, somehow a reviewer or something sent me a link, said, "Hey, this reminds me of your popcorn deal," and I saw a little short film called Terrifier,
Mm-hmm.
and it had Art the Clown, and it was the first one and stuff, and I thought it was pretty good. It was the one where it had the other, he was holding the circus sign out up by the road, and it just seems,
Oh yeah, I seen
yeah.
that.
And I think it was used in All Hallows Eve, I believe, but it was really good. So I heard about Damien way before I guess they were talking to David. So I mean, somehow it ended up to me, or some reviewer sent it to me. But no, I loved it then. I thought it was really cool. Yeah, I think that Art himself is just, he's a very cool character, and it's just the way he gets to play with those facial expressions and stuff. It's just they hit a gold mine with that one. That's for sure.
Funny enough, I actually met David Hal Thornton at
Mhm.
GeekCon, and I have one artist did a commission of me and Alt the Clown,
Okay.
and
All right.
I had him sign it, and David signed it. Courtney, don't touch the wing.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah, he's really nice. He's really sweet. Because first day at GeekCon, I didn't really have anybody, and I was dressed up as Pennywise the clown
Yeah.
that night, and I was hanging out at his table the whole time. And I asked him like, "Hey, am I creeping you out or anything? Because you can ask me to go." He's like, "Nah, you're good. You can stay here."
Yeah, he's got a good heart.
Yeah, and I even went to get smoothies with him and his manager, and then he's like, once we got our smoothie, and he's like, "Hey, you coming back to my table?" Like, I was like, "Nah, I gotta go." He's like, "Oh, okay."
All right.
He's like, "My buddy's gone," but a couple of days, I was all in clown makeup and got a selfie with him in all three pictures. I was Miss Pennywise Friday, Miss Mama Corn Saturday, and Art the Clown.
What did he have to say to you when you're dressed like popcorn?
Oh, he's like, "Oh, you dress up as that fucked up clown from that movie." I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Yeah, you already know.
Yeah.
He loved it. He's like, "Oh, that movie's fucked up." I'm like, "Yeah," because
Yeah.
I remember I was talking to one scene like it could be potentially in a Terrifier movie, but but I was thinking like, okay, what if it's like a couple and they're trying to get freaky, and one of them is dressed up as Art the Clown, but the real Art the Clown comes, kills the guy, and then the girl jumps on him and stuff and tries to have sex with him. And he's like, no, that wouldn't work out. Because one, Art the Clown's asexual. He'll run away from that. Right. So I'm like, yes, he would run away like that. It would be like Tom and Jerry.
And I think popcorn's very ambiguous. I think it would depend on the day with that dude. Now, somebody was asking too my opinion on Pennywise art and the other demonic clowns is to me is when you write a movie and the more backstory and the more research you do on something, I think that's gold. I mean, Pennywise is Stephen fucking King, so I mean that's pretty awesome. The new movie, the first movie is a TV movie. We all love it and love Tim Curry, but the new one is really good too. And then they got that series coming too, which I'm kind of interested in seeing.
I know.
Let's hope
like,
they do it justice. But no, I dig it. The only time that wears me out is when you get cheap clowns. I just want somebody to do their homework and
like put some effort into it, like some character development and stuff like that.
If you look like you're dressed as a clown at my haunted house, you shouldn't be in a movie. That's haunted house makeup. Get in. Let's get in and put your effort in the right shoes and the right pants and the right wear marks and the good makeup and the your research. That's what I want to see. That impresses me in clowns, be it demonic, be it serial killer or whatever.
Yeah, you gotta put more effort into it, more work into the makeup and stuff. Like Batty Boot from the Killjoy series. She's a clown succubus. Killjoy got some makeup efforts. Now the first one, I don't know. I love it, but then again, it's
Well,
bad.
it's tongue in cheek, over the
Yeah.
top stuff. But I don't mess with that. Even Terrifier's going to the little supernatural a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I would do on that. I wrote a paranormal type movie, but it's a Billy Pon type paranormal movie. But I haven't stuck my feet in that toes to direct that yet, or stuck my toes in the water to try to see what I could do on that kind of stuff. The Conjuring stuff's all okay and all, but it's just not. I don't feel like it's a gut punch yet.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to come in there and punch you in the gut or kick you in the balls and that stuff, and that's what they need to do. I'm kind of like a pretty hyper realism kind of person right now, but that's not to say I won't do something demonic someday. So Cowboys from Hell was pure demonic stuff.
About Cowboys from Hell,
Mm-hmm.
is Cowboys from Hell going to be finished in the future since the passing of the main actor Brad Potts?
Well, I
passed
mean,
away?
yeah, I mean it will as long as I'm still alive and can do it, because it's probably one of the best scripts I've ever written. But with that said, is when I met Brad on set, he was only in for like a day, 2 days when we were filming Circus of the Dead, and we started becoming friends. But when we started talking on the phone afterwards, he goes, "You need to make." Well, I'll do it in his voice. "You need to make me a damn part like Popcorn. You're such a great writer." And I said, "Dude, I can fucking do it." I said, "I can fucking write anything and make it great." He goes, "Well, I get stereotyped as drill sergeants and sheriffs and stuff and troopers." And I go, "Well, let me see what I can do." And that's where that movie, we talked to each other almost every day about the roles and the lines and all this kind of stuff. And it's beautiful stuff. It breaks my heart, like, more than anything. It's like I lost my dad, and it made me cry, but the Brad stuff really does too. He was a really good friend and a fellow tortured soul, so to speak, because he just wanted to give his best and do his best. And as good as he was in everything he's done, he's never had that one role that really shows his capabilities. And that's what he is playing, the character Bloody Bill in Cowboys from Hell. And it's some of the best dramatic dialogue that I've ever written. He was weighing his own. He did bad stuff when he's young, and now basically the devil's coming back to collect on it. Even though he's been good, the past 30, 40 years, it's like you did some shit that was real bad when you're young, and now you got to pay for it. And that's what it was about. And it's kind of, it comes back up and brings those things that he did when he was young. And and he had to answer for it and stuff. And it was just really good. And it breaks my heart that we're never going to get to see him in that. And as of right now, that's why I'm at Circus of the Dead too, because even if Mel Gibson or somebody or Michael Rooker come out and said they wanted to play it, other than Brad Potts, I'm just not ready to hear, other people do those lines and stuff yet. So it is going to happen. But the movie will be dedicated to Brad no matter when I do it. Yeah.
You're going to make you cry.
He is a good dude. He deserved, all this and stuff and praise and stuff, because he's a good dude. And it's like I said, it was just a sad, tragic event. I know he was a sad guy, but he did for so many other people and stuff, and cheered them up and talked us off of the ledge, that I just wish I could have paid it back, one more time.
Yep. Whip Brad.
Yeah.
Okay. How long have you been running your haunted attraction? What made you want to be in the haunted attraction business?
Well, when you're younger, you don't have access to video cameras and stuff. So the closest thing I was getting was to do I started at the fall festival at an elementary school where my mom was PTA person. And it afforded me to like get a taste of that. And I thought it was a lot of fun. And then as I got older and started making a little bit of money I said, hey, this could be able to afford to make a movie someday. And that's why I do it. But to answer your question, is at the basic of it is just my love of horror. When I was trick-or-treating as a kid, that's something that's fell off these days.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, you'd go out trick-or-treating, but I had more fun hiding in a tree or in a bush and scaring other kids. So that's where the haunted house kind of thing started happening. And even my first haunted houses, I acted in and played Leatherface or whatever. But I just love scaring people. Then I got older, and you can't dress up in character whenever you got to talk to a manager who's mad because their kid got scared and peed on himself or something. So you got to kind of be normal, be a manager, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cause I can understand, because I have some friends that run a local haunted house in my area. It's called the Necromantle,
Mm-hmm.
and they're about to do the Christmas theme
Mm-hmm.
hunt soon, and they're about to do the pictures with Krampus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Krampus. I call him Krampus,
Yeah.
like the German Krampus.
Yeah. we
All
don't.
right.
I could do some of that stuff, but then I don't like to put that on my workers. I go, if you let me bother you just in a little bit of September and October, I won't bother you anymore, is what I try to do with those guys. Sometimes I'll get them to come out and help on the movie stuff, but that's only if they want to. I'm not going to force anybody at gunpoint
Yeah.
yet.
No. What are some of the future film projects that we should be looking for?
Well, this Mr. Fister's still on the table. That was a fake trailer we made with Rusty. I still want to do that. And like you're saying, Grindhouse, that'll be a total homage to Grindhouse, over the top, wild, crazy fun, kind of like what Eli Roth is doing with Thanksgiving. And now it might be the time for it since that stuff's coming out. Cowboys from Hell in there. I got something called Sociable In. I got one called The Armoire. I got a lot of weird stuff. But it depends. A lot of those scripts I send out too and see if I get any bites on or something too. So maybe, I could option one or sell one or two and afford me to do something else. But right now is purely Circus of the Dead 2 is what we're going to concentrate. Me and Kelly work on that daily and stuff on our dry erase board and all that kind of stuff.
I mean, I don't mind helping out. I'm like,
Yeah.
let me see, please.
Yeah,
I want to be the guinea pig.
People would love to see a picture of that dry erase board and see everything, but
like, no.
You have to have somebody have to come into the house to see that, and I'd beat them up if I saw them taking a picture, Lance. So
yeah. Okay. Is there going to be? Well, we already know there's going to be a Circus of the Dead too.
Yes.
But what should we expect from it?
Well, like I said, it's going to be a continuation, but I'm going to give. I think I've seen it with enough people and screened it with enough people that I kind of know what you guys want and what you guys want to see and stuff. And I'm going to try to give you guys more of what you want and what you like without compromising, a good story and a good film. So that's my goal with that. So
I gotta say, clown orgy scene. There
clown orgy scene. I don't know. We'll see that. That might be special features.
That's the deleted scene. That didn't make it to the film.
We have a lot of cool deleted scenes on the first Circus.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. Yeah.
I was like the freak show one. I was like, man,
why they had the guy that played Goliath.
Yeah,
Fred was one of my best friends, and he's passed away. And it's like during that cafe scene, my dad was in it, and 4 other older gentlemen. They all passed away because you don't realize it's been 10 years since we shot, and that's kind of the stuff that's speeding up this Circus of the Dead 2. It needs to happen before something else happens.
Yes,
I was really proud that my dad got to see that, and he come out to the premiere and stuff. It made me feel really proud. You know what I mean? So, he got me into horror movies, and he got to see that and stuff. My mom, she likes that stuff, and she dotes on me all the time. But when the movie starts, she gets up and walks out, and then she'll go back in when it's over. So people ask, why do I put those after credit scenes? I do that because I'm trying to get her ass, because when she comes back in there and pretends she was there the whole time, she didn't see none of that. So I try to put something gory at the end to get her. So.
I don't know about me and my mom, because my mom's like, oh, I've tried to watch your show, but then again, like, Mom, I don't think you want to hear me doing things.
Yeah, she don't need to see popcorn.
Nah, she only need to see me loving my popcorn.
No, she doesn't.
Will there be a Mr. Fistel ever be made into a film?
I'm hoping so, and that one's just going to be over the top fun. I want it to be very drive-in-ish, like something you'd have seen in the 70s or something. But I got plans, so you'll stay tuned and see. It might tie into something else. You never know.
And someone says, is it bad to say that Mr. Fistel sounds like a spicy movie? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
I haven't tasted his hand, so I don't know. That was come up with is Circus of the Dead was a fake trailer for when they come out with Grindhouse. You can watch the fake trailer for Circus of the Dead. It was in 2007.
Oh wow.
And it's online. It's pretty interesting to see where it's come from. But we did that for that contest for Grindhouse, which was Planet Terror and Death Proof. Remember the trailer that won was Hobo with the Shotgun, Jason Eisner. Well, when he put out Shotgun or Hobo with the Shotgun, we entered his contest with Mr. Fister, and it placed in the top 10. And
wow.
I met him at a convention, and he was over the moon when he found out I was the guy that did Mr. Fister. He was all excited. So I like the idea of Mr. Fister as far as that fake trailer. It was very over the top and fun.
Because I was like, damn, this is Grindhouse all the way.
Very much so, yeah. I borrowed the idea from Torso, the old Italian movie. They ended to go Torso. It saturates the screen with terror. So me and my creative ass said, Mr. Fister, it penetrates the screen with terror. It's like, it's not easy to suck. So
no. Is there an actor you would like to work in? Cannot read my own line. Is there an actor you would like to work with in the future?
Yeah, I'd be Kelly more than anything in the world.
Oh,
it's like I said, is like the Bills and them for an actor, the hardest thing they can do is to get a good role sometimes, you know what I mean? Especially for women, it's tough. So my goal is to write something that she's proud of doing and proud of being, and something she could fucking come in and knock a grand slam with, So that would be the one more than anybody. As far as famous people, I don't know. I don't think that far because I don't think they'll ever want to work with me yet. So
you may never know.
You never know, I guess. Yeah.
I know David Howell Thornton want to work with you.
I hope he does. So we'll see.
No, he has said it to me at the con. He's like, I would like to work with him.
Well, maybe we'll find out sooner than later.
Because he's like really impressed by Circus today. He was telling me like, I'm surprised it didn't become big like Terrifile.
It's
because how good Bill Austin Jr. was.
Yeah. No, I think they're big fans of each other. I'd like to put them together and let them act and see what happens.
They are actually going to be in a film together called The Dead Place.
Dead Place, that's right. Yep, yep. With Michael.
But yes, but I would love to see them right by each other's side.
But I don't know. We'll have to ask Carrie. I think Carrie was in that too. I don't know if they acted together or not yet. We'll have to find out on that one and see, because I'm not sure. But I'd like to get them face to face, acting together, and really pushing the envelope.
Yes. Oh my God. Like having Bill play the good guy and have David plays the actual evil villain.
Because think about this though, is
that'd be good.
The two of them, to me, as I see the world, pretty differently, but they're kind of like Batman's rogue villains. Both of them could be a villain in the damn Batman universe.
Yes, they can.
I think that they remind me a lot alike. They both got, great talents and stuff, and I'd just like to see them go after one another.
Yeah, I would too, because I'm like, yes, please. I'm reading these comments. I love Hobo with a Shotgun. Hang on, what's going on?
I like Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice is good. We'll see what the new one's got in store.
Oh, me too.
Michael Keaton, he's the shit, man. I don't know that he does.
This is what we're talking about, folks. Like, what do you think of Beetlejuice, Mr. Bill? Okay. I love Hobo with a Shotgun. The interview is awesome. Lots of great inside info. We got your back at Wicked Worldwide. Courtney, great job. Thank you.
Look at the one above that little shithead Maddox Robinson leaving that stuff on there. That's the stepkid, little bastard.
Oh, don't be so mean to him.
No, when I get off here, I'm going to go whip his ass.
Oh. You're like, you need to go to bed. It's school night.
Courtney, you give them an inch, man, they'll take a mile. You got to stay on top of them. I'm probably going to poison his sandwich in his school lunch tomorrow.
Why you have to be so mean? Don't.
You just gotta set them straight. Diarrhea ain't going to hurt nobody.
Oh, come on. Yeah, it will.
It don't hurt me.
It hurt me.
It does. Make those buttholes burn.
Oh, God. They're the worst.
Now it's a Circus of the Dead podcast. There you go.
Circus of the Dead podcast.
Yeah.
Then the pot.
Yeah, that part. Yeah.
Laxative sandwich. Ew.
Oh no,
Oh.
that'd be a laxative. What are those things called? S'mores. I
Oh
would eat
god.
it even though I knew it was a laxative because it would still taste like a s'more and it would be good.
Oh
You just
god.
have to pay the piper later.
Oh no. Ever seen the movie Ghost Ship? Yes.
Yeah, I
That
like
is that
that
that is a
opening
childhood
scene of
movie
Ghost
for
Ship.
me.
Ghost Ship when it opened that opening scene. All those horror
Oh
movies start out great, and it's like I think like I don't know 90% of horror movies it's the ending that they like don't stick the landing.
yeah.
If people would write their endings first, like me, it would help them write a good ending and then write backwards.
I guess because the Ghost Ship that movie was childhood. Okay, I used to watch that as a kid with my sister. My
Yeah.
sister was like 5, and she got traumatized by the scene. Not by the death, not by the decapitation or any of that. No, what's traumatized her when they were eating beans in the cans in the ship, and they're like, "Oh, where you get that rice from? What
Yeah.
rice? It's maggots." And my sister's like, "Nope,
Oh,
I'm
the
not.
man! I thought it
I'm
was
not
just
eating
eating
rice
beans.
ever again."
I was thinking, was she born with a silver spoon in her mouth or what? Shit, I forgot about that part. But
My sister,
that's another one, Courtney. I went to the movies to see that one. I went to the movies to see House of a Thousand Corpses. It was just at a
oh
time where I was young and had money and went to the movies all the damn time, I guess. Now we watch a lot of stuff at home because, that's the way culture is now,
mm-hmm.
But I do miss going to the movies. So maybe I can get Kelly to straighten up long enough for us to go to the movies.
Okay, what about deep? Hang on. What about Deep Rising? I don't see.
I don't know. I
It
don't watch.
sounds familiar. I don't know
Well,
if
Lorenzo, I haven't watched gay porn in a while.
that does sound like a gay
Yeah, I
porno.
know. Deep Rising.
Deep Rising.
Go Deep Rising. No, I don't. I think that's another. Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Oh,
He'll laugh at me, but I'm real picky on what I watch unless somebody forces me to watch something. Um, Ray, my uh, one of my producers, Ray Ballard, he just wrote a book. Um, and he'll I trust him. He'll say, "Hey, I saw this movie you need to watch," and I usually trust him. Maddox, not so much. He'll tell me to watch something, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like he made me watch Whiplash like 100 damn times, but it's good the first time. But it's like, God dang, I don't know how somebody could watch Whiplash that many times. But I trust Ray, Kelly to a little bit. She knows my personality. Um, but Kelly, you can't sit still long enough to watch a movie usually because she's bouncing off the walls usually.
because I be recommending films to my mom and my dad. I mean, one time when I was a kid in high school, I got into Clockwork Orange, and I was like, "Oh, y'all gotta watch Clockwork Orange."
Hey, you
And
see Papa in that. Clockwork Orange was inspiration for Circus of the Dead too. You see that? I know you see it now with those boings, you see it now, don't you? In the rape and violence. It's
yeah, now
very
I see it now. Oh God,
yeah,
why?
yeah.
Why?
Back when I was writing it, I met Malcolm McDowell at the Texas Fright Bear weekend. You have to sit down next to him and they'll take your picture with him. And
Mhm.
he he is bitching to me about his tea being cool and not warm. He goes, is this tea supposed to be bloody cool? I go, dude, if it was my tea, it'd be a big ass glass with some ice cubes in it. But I'm not here to judge, these English teetotalers.
Yeah,
But yeah.
but now I see, and now I'm like,
Now you see it. Yeah.
oh,
I always forget that. I don't need to forget that. I need to do a maybe one of the fake VHS covers. We should do a Clockwork Orange one.
oh, you could do like a really fucked up scene in Circus is Dead too, like have them do a sing song, like the Singing of the Rain scene.
Yeah.
Had
It,
like a
it
poppy
ain't far
song, and then had
fetched.
something horrible happening.
Yeah. It ain't far fetched. Now I'll give you a little bit of I'll give something away right now. She's already getting on me. One of our things that we're working on designing is how I do the VHS, the limited edition 50 VHS of a different cover.
Mhm.
The next ones we're doing are Disney, and there'll be cartoons of them, but very adult, and they'll be in the white clamshells. And there's only going to be 50, and those are going to go fast, fast, fast.
Oh Jesus!
And instead of Disney, it's going to be Disney.
Are they going to be in cutesy animation?
It'll be Papa and all them on the front. So Papa, I'm sure, will be naked on the front since it's a Disney cover.
Oh my god! I gotta tell you my idea after the show, but because I don't want to give it away.
Don't give it away.
Yeah, oh my god, that is amazing. That's so amazing. Fucked up, but amazing.
It should be good. And that, like the Halloween cover one. Kelly, do we even have 3 left?
No.
We're fixing to run out of the Halloween covers, and that's the first one we're out of. We got like 5 left, maybe, but once they're gone, they're gone. I won't go past 50 on them. And I keep one of every one, so there's only really 49 out in, publication.
Me, I don't know. I don't keep VHSs because most people keep them like as collector's items.
Yeah, that's what they do. Let me see some of those, Kelly. Give me one of each of these. Like, look at these here. See if you. I don't know if you've seen these or not. And then we can wrap it up after that. But let's see, Kel. What do you got? Okay, this is the one that's going to sell out probably here any minute now. That's the Halloween cover one.
Oh, that's nice.
Pretty neat, huh? And if you open them up, see, it's like their limited edition thing signed.
Oh, nice.
Take that sticker off and show her how they're signed. She couldn't see because that's.
Oh, yeah. So on inside here, they're numbered and signed.
Oh.
Out of 50, yeah. So very, very rare. And the movie's actually on there. I just haven't watched them because I don't even have a VHS player anymore. This is the Shining cover.
Oh, yeah, I seen the Shining one.
Yeah, you see the little.
Yeah.
All right. And then you got this was the newest one, the Exorcist cover. See Papa sitting there?
Yeah.
And you got a Jumbo and Noodle Dome in the back. And this is my personal favorite. Is the cocksucker.
I've seen that. It looks
just because if you go to Blockbuster, you remember how all that was back then.
Yeah. So
to me, this is my favorite one. I even got shirts, cocksucker shirts on my
on the Epsis page, yeah.
But we've only sold a handful of them. I'm surprised I ain't seen more out there in the world. Maybe I'll wear one to the next convention to get people liking it. So
yeah. Okay.
But Disney's coming up. Disney's coming up next. Keep an eye out for that one.
Yeah. And what movie you would like to make in the future?
Somebody else's or mine?
Yours.
Mine, I mean, definitely Cowboys from Hell. When I find the right thing and it's ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
It's a horror movie, but it's a damn good movie. It's a damn good movie. And that's what I'm putting into Circus of the Dead too, is I've evolved being a filmmaker in a sense of, I know story's important and I know, the gore and stuff is important too, because it's a horror movie, but why can't you just be a great movie that happens to be a horror movie with all that stuff? So that's what the goal is for that. So like I said, I want to make you proud. I want to make everybody proud to be a part of it, or that they supported it, or, all this kind of stuff. Because it would mean a lot to me if you guys are proud of it too.
I mean, you got my support.
And there'll be a lot more Doll Boy, a lot more Peppy, and there's some new ones. There's some new ones too. There's because I'm not doing any new clowns.
Nope.
But there's one that was supposed to be in the first movie, and they couldn't make it, that nobody knows about. But they'll be and I replaced them with Jumbo. But there's another clown that'll be in this one called Itty Bitty.
Itty Bitty.
That y'all gonna be. And he's basically like a 3-foot tall popcorn almost. Oh. With his thinking and his talking. So y'all are gonna like him a lot.
Oh my god. Who are you gonna have cast as that?
Well, I already know. I'm not gonna say yet.
Oh.
But if anybody who's 3 foot tall wants to read, then just send me a send me a video or a headshot.
Oh my goodness. Tell us about your band Cornfed Cadillac.
Cornfed Cadillac. Well, that's just a bunch of us old guys that are into classic rock music and stuff. And we play out at the local fairs and stuff like that. We went to the recording studio and recorded like 5 songs and getting ready to start putting those out on Spotify, and that's just something I wanted to do before I die, is to get music out just to say I did it. I think I'm a pretty good guitar player, and I think we wrote some really good songs. But do I think I'll be as popular with music as I will making films? Probably not. The filmmaking is, it's a blessing, but I don't know if I'll be as blessed in music. I think that the stepkid Maddox is going to probably pick up the music thing and carry it further than I got to. But, hopefully me and my friends can give him, some good advice and help him succeed in that journey.
Yeah. And speaking of music, would there be a soundtrack to Circus of the Dead? Because that soundtrack, oh my God, I need it.
Yeah, we could put it to see, but here's the issue on that, Courtney, and I'll give you the real short answer on it, is that most of these bands did it for free to put on the movie. If I did a soundtrack and sold it, I would have to pay the bands, out of kindness, and to split that up, and with all it would just be a pain. So it's like, it's not fair for me to do that. So I don't know how. Maybe on part 2, we'll figure out how to do that and we'll do it. But we're an indie movie. And if you're doing a real movie, you have an accountant and you got all this stuff. But on any movie, it's tough to have that stuff. So anything that's going to require splitting things in half or in tens or something, it's out of my league, even though I'm part Chinese. So that's why we didn't do a soundtrack. Esau Ramirez gathered, 80% of the music for that. If you ain't with the Lord, you're fucking fucked. And all that stuff.
Yeah.
And he played that for me. I said, holy shit, we're putting this on the end of credits. But I don't know. Maybe we'll start the movie off with that one and just pick up kind of where that one left off or something, maybe. Because I love that song. I do love it. And
man, sometimes I'm doing like, oh yeah, I'm a good Christian girl. If you don't love the Lord, you're fucking bad.
Yeah.
If you don't love the Lord, you're fucking bad.
The people from the bands mentioned, it's like a lot of those bands did say that they got, that people's heard them through Circus of the Dead and stuff. So that makes me feel good too. So
that is so heartwarming. What really heartwarming is when one of the actors found love through the movie. Yeah, like Rusty and Mariah.
Well, you call it love?
Yeah.
I
think that's a beautiful love story.
Well, she knew me. She reached out to me because she saw the movie up in Washington there. I can't remember that, Crypticon, I think it was, with Tanya Atomic, some friends I made online, and they're in that area. And then she said that she thought Rusty was cute, and I asked her if she was blind, but she was asking if she could get his number and stuff. So I asked him, and that's how that sparked up. So she saw the movie up there, got a crush on him, and then we worked it out on that. I had to convince him to be straight first. I don't know if it's took yet, but I'm not one to judge him. But no, that's how that come out. Was that a way? I don't know if anybody else. Trying to think if anybody else found love on that set.
But I
got cancer doing the movie, I think, but it was so stressful. But I'm trying to think.
Yeah, and since we have Mariah in the comments, Thomas is a better word.
Yeah, she's a hoot.
I love her. She is amazing. I even drew her and her clown hubby together.
Yeah. I spent a lot of time with Rusty sexually, so I know him pretty well.
You made an honest clown out of it.
Most of these people in these comments, you're meeting a lot of them, through the group. It's good people. I wouldn't trade anybody for anything except for Lance. He ain't worth a shit.
Oh, wow.
He says that I'm his dad, but I left the best part of him on his mama's leg.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I fell in love with the several head. Of course you would.
Who bought that? Carrie bought that too. Carrie McGuire bought that.
Well, Carrie's not going to let that go.
David Sheridan bought the penis, Papa's penis, and he's bought the hand that was cut off of Brandon with the actual Rolex watch that was in Dollboy and Circus of the Dead. Sometimes people reach out to me and want to buy these props or something. So You know, I always say I won't sell them, but sometimes they say, no, you'll sell them. Here's an offer. So
I'm like, well, that's a good down money. Why not?
we're gonna put some on the fundraising stuff too. I'm gonna make Carrie's great at that stuff, and I'm gonna make her help me on that.
Have you thought about making like dildos of Lil Papa?
For me personally, yes. For you guys, no, I think so. We're gonna always do that with but I didn't know it was going to be useful. But you guys convinced me that maybe we try to make some usefuls up. So those, if we can do it, they're definitely going to be in the fundraising thing, but they will be very limited and almost ones of a kind of thing. So, and if I can keep Rusty away from ingesting them all, then we'll put them up on a thing.
Because I was thinking about making my own, but I was like, like get a regular 8-inch dildo and just paint a little clown face on.
Well, he, like I said, David's got the real one. I still have the mold, and we're going to use the original mold to make them, but they're just going to be safe and all that kind of stuff. So they'll be real. And the clown makeup, you know, in real life was put on after the fact. So it always smears and rubs off.
Yeah.
So on this one, we'll make it where it's in there and it always stays under the thing. So that's the goal.
Oh my goodness.
Onion ring holder. That's Chandler, he's a funny guy. He said, I'm gonna buy a popcorn dildo.
Yeah,
he's an onion ring holder. That's genius. They should do that at Hooters.
My goodness, I love it. Because I came up with that idea because I was like, okay, y'all know I'm a freak, so I want a popcorn dildo.
I was gonna make them like, you know, like whenever people have those taxidermy heads and stuff, you know, in their house. I was going to make it with just the penis, like somebody cut it off with the balls and you can hang it on your wall, you know, maybe as a signed plaque thing or something. But, and those still might be too, but we're definitely going to try to do the sex things. And somebody mentioned the bong.
Yes.
You know, we're going to try to do that one too. We're going to try to do all that. Carrie's got a lot of work to do to get us going on that one.
I do got some photos to show on the show.
Show us.
Let me go get open. Because I'm getting distracted with all these comments. So thank y'all. Thank y'all for coming into the show.
Thank you so much, guys, girls.
Yeah. Guys and girls and everyone in between.
Things like Lance.
Hang on, let me get this open.
I saw Brian Clegg was on here earlier too. He's a badass artist. He's going to do some exclusive stuff for the thing, also for the fundraising. Yeah. If you haven't seen Brian Clegg's artwork too, he really sticks to mostly villains, which I can relate to. So,
well, you get to see some of my artwork soon.
No, I love your artwork. You're really good at what you do.
Hang on. Here's a little TikTok video I made.
Okay.
What's your name? What?
Hang on, let me get the bagel.
Oh, I saw that one. I love that one.
Tony.
Fuck you, Tony.
What's your name? Ezekiel. Fuck you, Ezekiel. Fuck you.
That was so much fun to make.
Yeah, that's classic.
Because I immediately thought of like, oh, that'd be the interactions they would meet.
What is that from, though? What's the actual audio from?
I think it's like a video. I probably could find it for you later, but I was like, I saw it on TikTok.
Well, I was just curious because it was so interesting. I was like, what is this from?
I don't know for sure, but I can find it for you because I got it off of TikTok because people were doing it over the dogs. They're like, "What's your name? What? What's your name?"
I think I did see that before with the dogs. Yep.
Yeah. And here's me as Mama Corn.
Yep.
And my little tail cards.
I've been sending out some of the Loteria cards. Did you notice?
Yes, I have one. I have the Grim Reaper one.
Now I try to remind everybody is like. I think we talked about it earlier, but on the apparel, it goes through a fulfillment center. Mm-hmm. So I don't touch the apparel, but any hard copies, VHS, stickers, I can send. I always throw a little bit of extra stuff in there, and I'll try to even throw a Loteria card in there too. I wish I could do the apparel, but for me to get the price and stuff, to get it sent to you guys at a decent price, I have to let them handle it and me never touch it.
And there's Mama Corn in my Pennywise pillow.
Pennywise.
Me again, Pennywise. This is a little button I made at GeekCon of Art the Crown with popcorn.
Popcorn, that's cool.
Yeah. And there's me. I can't really see it. My mom was taking photos of me. She's like, nah. I asked my mom, like, hey, mom, I want some photos of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Thank you. And here's a picture of a cosplayer dressed up as Papa Corn and
That's
you.
Chris Hadland.
What's
But
that?
look over the back in the background. That's Roy Shuck played Paul Scullett in the movie.
Oh, wow.
He's always trying to photobomb me, and I try to photobomb him. So
that's fun. And this is Bill.
Bill with
Bill
Chris
Austin.
Hadland. Yeah.
Who is Chris Hanlon?
He's a cosplayer, but he does a good chop top too from Chainsaw 2. He's
wow.
an up and coming actor. He's really good. He wants to work with me really bad, and I want to do something with him. So we'll see what we can work out. But everybody wants to be a clown. That's the hard part.
Yeah, like, come on, people, come on.
There you are with the clown there.
Yes, I am. With the clown. Someone asked me, like, are you supposed to be Harley Quinn? I'm like, no, I'm from Circus of the Dead. Like,
they don't know yet. Maybe
they
don't know.
They don't know. I'm like, I feel like such a hipster. Like, I'm the only one that knows. Okay, let me see. I got so many pictures of you. Selfie.
Yeah.
That's the clown. The clown.
You and Rusty. Rusty's about that damn tall.
Man, I should have came. Man, I wish I could come to that haunted house. I'd be dressing up like Mama Corn, like, hey, I kill. Hey, Mr. Bristles, what you doing?
Well, if anything, mate, whenever we premiere it here locally, we'll try to have everybody out here. You need to maybe try to come to the premiere at least.
Oh, yeah. That'd be awesome. Okay. Selfie. Channel.
That's my hair was growing back. That was a couple years after the cancer.
That's
why I didn't want to cut it now. It's like, I'm going to grow it as long as I can. I've had cancer twice. Hopefully it don't come back a third time. Yeah. But that second one was the rough one. It took all the hair and everything.
Are you okay though?
Yeah, I'm in remission. So knock on wood, I should be good.
Yeah, you better knock on wood, people.
Hey,
knock on wood.
It'll be the damn movies. Making movies is hard.
Mm-hmm. Now this is the scene. How did this scene?
Well, the effects guy was under there with a bucket of, or a little cup of, I don't know how he made it up, but it was supposed to be squishy stuff. So when he stuck his finger down there, they filled it up really good, and then he pulled it back up, and it was all drippy. So, yeah. I know Chanel, that's when we first met her. She was probably thinking, these people are freaking out of their mind.
Did she wet the squid?
Yeah, and she was worried. But you know what I'll say in her defense is I got turned down by 3 or 4 actresses because they thought it was going to be, some weird, rape fest, gore fest kind of movie. So,
yeah,
I exactly tastes like slut. She was a trooper because a lot of people turned it down.
Okay, that's tough because most people are like, I don't want to be known for that.
Right.
Chick.
Yep, you're right. But she would do anything now with us to work because once you get to know somebody in an indie movie, you see that, I'm just a normal and good person and stuff. I wouldn't put them in, situations to make them feel bad. So
I like that about you. You make sure they're safe and stuff.
Very much so. That's very important.
But damn, that scene, I'm like, wow. And that's me.
Cool.
Yeah, that's me in GeekCon. Like a Funko Pop. Yeah, I had a little too much. This is like one of the memes I found. Like.
Yeah, I think I made that one too.
I'm the most terrifying clown ever. Bitch, please.
Yeah, I would see other famous memes and then just trying to change them up. But I think it helped trolling them a little bit. It put the name out there, a circus, a little bit better. So
they're like, who is this clown?
Yeah, no, that's what they call me as a clown, probably. But
oh no, I lost track. Where am I at? Okay, let me go fast forward. Hang on, hang on. You know what? We can just get the selfies. And this is Bill with a box of animal crackers.
Yeah, that's in the warehouse that we shot the clown trailer in. I don't even remember who took that picture. I'm thinking Donna did, Esau's wife, but I could be wrong. It could have been Melissa too, but it's a great picture.
I like it. And this is my little artwork of popcorn and my clown Sona candy tooth.
I like it. That's a good picture.
Mm-hmm. I'm writing a fan fiction around my clown Sona self insert.
Awesome.
I'll send it to you when I get a couple chapters up and stuff. Because it's based on I have an actor friend that does really amazing voices, and I asked her, "Hey, can you do an audio porn of popcorn from Circus of the Dead for me?" And she's like, "I've been waiting for you to say that because that is so on brand for you."
That's funny.
So if you want to listen to it, I have both the audios.
Send it to me sometime. I'll make sure you listen to it with me.
Okay, just to give you a heads up, it's very sexual. It is very sexual. Do not listen with kids around.
Okay.
Just to give you a heads up, y'all. People that watch my clown, y'all again know me a little too much. And she's amazing. More behind the scenes photos. That was cute. Mr. Blisters. Mr. Blister Bottoms.
Mr. Blister Bottoms, right.
Yeah. And there's me with Silent Bob and Jay.
Yeah. He's lost a lot of weight since his heart attack.
Oh, yeah. He did. He's a lot smaller now.
Yeah, he is for sure.
He's not. They were so sweet. It was so nice.
I've heard good things about it. I haven't met them yet.
Yeah, they're very nice. No, behind the scene. I love this photo because it just looked like Bill is just like.
That's the makeup room. If you look in the background, you could see the costume designs and stuff that they're working on back there. See the tuxedo coat was his, kind of above my head. Look behind my shoulder too. That's Jed's shirt from Doll Boy. So we kept it from 2009.
Yeah, that's really nice. Because I remember I saw the original design of Popcorn. He looks totally different than what he is now.
Yeah, that was a tough one there. We went back and forth on that a bunch.
Yeah. No, behind the scenes. That was still my favorite photo.
That's a good one, yeah.
He looks so happy. He just looks so innocent. Look like he can't do no wrong.
Yeah.
And that's me, dressed as Mama Corn, with my Joker boyfriend.
Yeah.
If you can see in the hand, and since I'm keeping
the cards, I see it. Yeah.
It's a Joker card. So he is. We don't know what's going to happen to him. A funny story behind that. When I met my boyfriend at GeekCon, I wasn't expecting to meet anybody.
Yeah.
Because one, I was crushing on Bill Austin Jr. and stuff.
Yeah.
But when he came and he was like wondering, like, "Hey, what happened to you so and so?" And I told him like so and so, and he's like, "Y'all two are gonna be friends again. We're gonna fix that." So I'm still friends with my ex.
Good.
And then I started talking to him, and while we were both dressed up as clowns and stuff, and I was like saying, "Hey, I think you're cute underneath all that makeup." He's like, "Well, you too." I'm like, "Oh,
good, yeah, that's awesome."
And I remember we had our first kiss at the GeekCon, and then things went crazy in the car. Clown makeup was everywhere. Oh, man, it's still a fun story. That's how I met my boyfriend. He is so nice, so sweet. Mr. Bristol's.
Yeah.
I just got so many photos. Some names on it.
Yeah, that's another one. I got a lot of those, don't I, May? Did you do
Yeah.
that or did I do that one?
I think
You added the head. Yeah, I think I just did the thing. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know if I don't think did I add the head?
Somebody added the head, I
I
think.
think
I did the
someone
rest
else
of
did
it.
because I'm like, I don't think it was me.
Probably Lance.
Yeah, because I know I did the Barbie one, which I do have the Barbie one somewhere. You with the tail tunes full. Oh, that movie. Oh, it's something. It's way. It's good, but some scene made me go, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
That's another meme someone made. Circus is dead.
No, I made that one. Yep. I was trolling Damien because they're talking about him getting the Friday the 13th.
Well, I'm gonna remake Terrifier.
And somebody made those AIs of me. That's like a pimp one, and I thought it was funny to use that picture.
That's where I got the hat for the illustration. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna give him a pink little pimp hat. That's a good
Those
poster.
are great posters there. That's photography by Gabe Ramirez and art by John Mata.
Nice. No selfie, not selfie, but good photography. Good.
Yeah, that's Gabe Ramirez that did all those.
Yeah, it's really amazing. Now this is what I made.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a real good one.
Because someone made the Photoshop of Art the Clown with Barbie, and I was thinking like it's missing something. So I took those and added popcorn.
That's funny.
Barbie better have a safe word.
That's my license plate of all things right there.
Nice. That's similar. Okay, you got Noodle Dome, Popcorn, Don, Jumbo, and Mr. Bristles.
That's it.
Yeah. Poor Don. He's like, why? What has my life come to?
I know. That Parrish, he's a good dude. I talked to him last night.
This is some good fan art I've seen.
Yeah, no, that's John did that for the haunted house.
Oh, the haunted house.
These were printed portraits that was in the haunted house once upon a time.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Nope. I take that back. That's Ian Styler did those. I take that back. That is great artwork.
Yeah.
I think Lance has the chrome version of that artwork. He did that guy too. Some of his black and white is like, man, it's fucking phenomenal. That guy's a great artist, Ian.
The photos are amazing.
Yeah, Gabe did all those. He's a badass.
Yeah.
Sergio, my dog boy, took that picture.
I saw this on the IDMB page, and I'm like, I gotta show this to the world.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Lance to get that tattooed on him somewhere on his butt or something.
This is like one of the posters of Circus of the Dead.
Yep, that's one we did for the VOD and stuff. When we self-released it before Dread got us. Mm-hmm. Ian Steyer, thank you, Lance.
And it is the
artwork. Yeah, that was awesome artwork too.
Yeah,
I love the sky and stuff.
Oh, me too. And it's how all the clowns just pops out.
Yep. Well, they only had 2 clowns on there originally. I had to fight for the other 2 to be put on there.
You should, because come on, they're the clown family.
Yeah, they left Rusty and Jumbo off originally. Oh. Yeah, so I said, if we're gonna do, one, we need them all. Unless they're just gonna do Bill, but I thought it turned out great.
Good, Bill, he's amazing on his own, but still, you gotta have the rest of the clown family. Come on.
That's when I had all my dead roots. I've got a haircut since then. I try to keep it long, but every time I go in there, they say I damage it. So. Kelly says I'm too rough with my ponytail holders or whatever I do, or not using the silk pillowcase. But I like to get it long again. But have
you tried wearing a bonnet to bed?
No, I guess I can try to wear a bonnet.
And here's another photo.
That's when I was sitting on the shitter having good ideas. That's me and Dollboy, yeah. Early days. At the haunted house, yeah.
It's really cool.
Me and
this
Chanel.
one.
Yeah.
This is when she was dressed up as Mama Corn. Oh, how did that happen?
She was down filming a short with me called The Stork. And I've had that idea. I said, hey, if you come down, can we shoot this photo shoot too? And we did it, and it was good. I get so much publicity on just me, but you get a girl dressed up as this stuff, it gets a lot more publicity than I got. So it really helped with promoting the movie too.
Because the whole time I'm like, who is this Harley Quinn? I need to know. Then they like, oh wait, it's just a sexy popcorn. Never mind.
Yeah, there's actually a ton of pictures. I've got a lot of them saved. We're gonna do some more stuff too. I know Kelly's wanting to do some stuff like that with me, and me and her's going to do some because we try to send something out to everybody. And I told her we need to do a clown theme one or something sometime. So,
like I did suggest the idea, like sexy clown.
Well,
calendar.
I mean, yeah. Well, I thought you meant me. I said, well, if I'm involved, it sure enough fucking sexy. But yeah, I thought of the calendar, Courtney. But goddamn, those are so outdated now.
Yeah,
I would do the pictures, so that way we can sell posters or something real cheap. But calendars on their own, it seems like I don't know. Anytime anybody's done them, it's just hard for them to sell, or they're time dated, because they're only good for a year. It's just I don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of what you did because it's kind of outdated and stuff.
I'm all about getting boudoir pictures of Ryan. And the little small guy. I'm all about that. That's for sure.
Yes. Oh, we should get Rusty and Bill into it.
Yeah, touching one another. I know. I agree.
I want to be in the middle of that sandwich.
Yeah. I think that bread done went rotten.
Oh boy. And here's a shot of
that's from the Ghost of the Deadlands, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My hair is just barely growing back. I really thought I did good in that acting role, and I don't like to toot my own horn, but I had a lot of people said that was really good.
And it's called Ghost of the Deadlands?
Yeah. I don't know if it's out anywhere yet. It might be out. If I can find it out, I'll post it online. But it's a short, so it's only 4 or 5 minutes. But I had a pretty good part in there. Okay. I'm just playing like a white trash zombie apocalypse kind of leader guy. And his gang of guys walking through and trying to, forage for supplies and food and stuff.
Yeah, that sounds like a good concept. I might watch that later. And here's a nose headshot.
Young me. Yeah, that was about 2000, 2001 when I was young and handsome.
Now this shot
iconic.
here.
That's an iconic shot right there, yeah.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, that's great stuff right there.
I love how Malai in the comment was like, I got the best prop out of the whole movie. Like, yep, you got Rusty. Because honestly,
I think the rest of us would disagree with her, but that's from my brother-in-law Serge took these pictures. That's with the Peppy the Mime chainsaw. It's got a pipe coming out of it. It's made by the singer in my band, Christian Wilkerson. It's like I call it a dragster chainsaw.
Oh, wow.
So when you crank it up, it is loud. It's like 5 times louder than a normal chainsaw.
Oh, wow. Ah, that's an iconic shot.
Yeah, that's a great
one. It used to be my screensaver.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Now this
was before the movie when we were just doing promotional haunted house stuff. Now
you got Noodle Dome and the
Noodle Dome. Now the girl is Amanda Eiley. She played the naked girl running down the thing from Popcorn, and she also played the mom who had the baby cut out.
Yeah, I remember that scene. I remember when the first time seeing that scene, just seeing a naked woman just run, and then you just see Popcorn without his pants running at the door. I'm like, what?
She's a hoot. Amanda's a good person and one of the funniest people I know. She's a gifted comedian for sure.
Yeah, but how did that scene go though? Because I was like, how do you keep a straight face with having someone run after someone without the pants on?
Well, if you're on my set, it's like we were tired and had a lot of stuff to do, so we didn't laugh too much at it. And the penis was weighing so much it wasn't hanging right and stuff, so we had to do some figuring and tying a knot in the back of the thong and all that kind of stuff. But we finally got it to work, and he did probably. I got about 8 takes on that. I think he did on that one. We did some up close, and then we did some far away on that.
Because I was like, first time seeing that scene, I was like, oh my God.
Well, my boss, the main boss, was we didn't want him to see none of the movie, but my boss said the first promo I did, it was on late Sunday night, and he wasn't at work. And he come in the next day and saw that thing I posted and called me in his office and slammed the door and said, "You're trying to keep this under wraps from so-and-so, and you're putting it on the damn internet, Billy." He goes, "You don't produce nothing now without checking with me first." So I got in a lot of trouble for showing that tallywhack.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Yeah, ladies on the podcast. Hello, everyone. This is Letty. You see the backsides of my dog?
I think that's my dogs are waiting for me. There's Doll Boy.
Yep. Pretty classic. No picture of Doll Boy.
Gabe Ramirez took all these pics too.
He is amazing.
He's good. Yeah, he's one of the best in the biz.
And this is for one of the haunts.
Yep. But you can see Mama Gorda in it and Jumbo. And there's a bunny rabbit that was in the deleted scenes.
Whoops. That's so cool. And Doll Boy. And this is Jumbo with one of the...
That's Noodle Dome with,
Noodle.
I think her name was Andrea or Dre or something. I haven't talked to her in a long time. But she's carrying a puppet that I call Poncho Woody. He used to do these Western gunfight shows that I used to do up in the Dallas area. We did like a comedy gunfight show.
Cool. And we got Jumbo.
That's more haunt publicity.
That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool how Circus of the Dead started out as a haunted house and then it got made into a movie. I find that very fascinating and cool.
Yep, that's right, Chandler. It's like Bunny Man, and there are so many bunny killers and stuff. That's why, kind of the cutting room floor kind of thing. Because I'm really big about trying not to do what somebody else did.
Yeah.
So there were so many bunny things we didn't, but he was a big character in the haunted house for 10 or 15 years.
And we got more pictures of Doll Man.
Yeah.
Now this picture, I remember seeing it. And I was like, "That's something."
Yep, it's a young Jumbo and young Noodle Dome before we did the movie. That's from the haunted house.
Wow. And there's Noodle Dome again. Yeah. Doll Boy.
Doll Boy, yeah.
Doll Boy. This is like one of the zombie ones.
Yes.
You can see yourself.
We promoted for the zombie haunted house, yep.
It's really cool. In one of the zombie houses.
Yep.
DEFCON 1. That's what the haunted attraction's called?
Yes, it used to be. We're going through a renewal. It'll be something brand new next year.
More zombies. And a photo of you in a cowboy hat.
Those are modern ones that Kelly just took. We had to send something to Frotmare real quick. So I took that one. But I kind of look like the lead singer from Texas Hippie Coalition.
I was just about to say that. Texas.
I don't know if that makes me feel good or feel bad, so I don't know.
They're a great band. I mean, I used a song for this intro for.
Oh, okay.
Because I was like, perfect.
Yeah.
And that's it. And that's James Bassamas.
James, yep, I know James.
Okay, hang on. I'm trying to find my illustration photo. Okay, hang on. I think it got lost. It got lost in the sauce. Where'd it go? Where is my illustration I did? Unless it got lost in the sauce. But I think people could see it on the thumbnail. Yeah.
But you can post it to the group. All these people are in there and stuff. So keep inviting people to the group if they're down. And we're going to get this fundraising going and make Circus of the Dead 2 really good.
The person is what? Who is it?
Oh, that's my friend Ellen.
The person is turquoising waving.
Hello.
Chandler, where are you from, Courtney? Are you in Texas?
I'm in Louisiana.
Louisiana. Coon-ass.
Northwest Louisiana.
Kelly, I think Kelly, she was born in Mississippi, but she spent a lot of time in Louisiana.
Oh, both of y'all
She just
Texas?
visited. No, she's really from South Carolina mostly. I'm from Texas.
I've been in Louisiana my whole life.
Yeah, she likes Louisiana. I've never been before, but I've always wanted to go.
You should come and visit me.
We'll do maybe we'll try to. Me and her will hit a convention out there sometime, or when we're promoting Circus too.
I'm like, yes, come to my neck of the woods.
Well, if we do a screening out in Louisiana, you better be there.
Come to Shreveport.
Okay. My mom goes all the time because she goes gambling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come to Watchet City.
You were. She was in Shreveport. Kelly was. She just said. What were you doing? The dog show stuff?
No, I was coming back from South Carolina.
Oh, she was bringing a U-Haul truck back to.
Ah.
You could have taken the keys and not let her come back, and I'd have gave you money.
I could have actually hung out and met her.
Yeah. Well, if she comes through Shreveport again, I'll make her catch up with you.
Yeah.
Is that a pit bull?
Yes.
She's
Letty.
pretty. Did you say Letty?
Letty. Her name is Letty.
She's cute.
Letty, you want to say
Great.
hi? You want to say hi to the people?
Hello, pretty girl. Hello, pretty girl. We had one growing up, pit bulls. We got those Australian shepherds now. They're little shitheads, but I love them.
Oh,
But
Letty.
pit bulls just have a different
Yes, she
demeanor.
does.
They're like, yeah, they're just, one of you. The Australian shepherds are like fucking bouncing off walls like Kelly.
Oh, yeah. And Letty, this is her first time being on the show.
Oh, is it awesome? Well,
Yeah.
I feel lucky then.
Yeah, you get to meet Letty. Cause usually when I do, she met most of my friends via webcam.
Come with the dog, Kel.
Yeah, the little Letty.
She looks like Stallboys and Maylee's dog, Lola.
Oh,
She's right here. Keep watching.
Oh, hey. She's
Letty.
Look,
Letty,
dog hears me talking to another dog.
Letty, come say hi. Come say hi. Come say hi, baby. Come say hi.
Oh, it makes me miss my business.
Sorry.
That's okay. She's cute.
All right, Courtney, you about ready to wrap her up?
Yes, I am, because we are getting late.
So unless Kelly's gonna hold a cup for me.
Okay, my last question. I ended on the show with anybody, no matter how big or small. If you could go back in time to your childhood self, what would you tell them and why?
I would tell them to get started earlier and take better care of your health.
That's some good
Do
advice.
the things you want to do instead of waiting so much. Get started and really try to watch your health. I haven't drinking any sugar soft drinks in a long time and stuff, but I should have never drank them and stuff. It starts when you get older, about 40, 45, the high blood pressure. Now it's like diabetes. And so it gets pretty tough. And see, my dad was going through all that stuff too. And I just would have worried more about health back then.
I mean, it starts when you're young all the time. I feel that.
Well, you feel like you got forever when you're young,
Mhm.
and like I said earlier, you blink and, the next thing you know, you're like 53. So
I mean, well, me drinking energy drinks all the time sent me into the hospital. So
that's Kenny to drink those energy drinks.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with those.
You stop those, Kenny.
You gotta stop those. So I'd like to thank you. Thank you for coming on the show tonight.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And you've been great. And I hope to work with you. This is be amazing.
We'll do something. You come for sure. Come out. Whatever happens, come out when we film the circus, because that'll be a good time for I want to get as many Circus of the Dead fans in one place. More, you know what I mean? So fans for the first movie can actually be in part 2. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be great. And hopefully my schedule will work out. But just have to manifest it.
Yeah. I may get t-shirt sizes and get some different t-shirts made up. that are promoting the clowns within the circus as if it's this real world.
Oh, yes.
Exclusive stuff like that. Yeah.
And I would love to play. Can I be the victim? I want to be killed by popcorn.
We'll keep watching. I'm gonna have some of that stuff posted on there.
I just hope I have the money. I'm like,
yeah.
please.
and I need the money, unfortunately, to get the damn movie made. So I know it ain't gonna be my salary because that's free, but
I know. I'm like, oof. But thank you again for coming on the
thank
show.
you, Courtney.
And I love you, and I'm like,
thank you so much, and thank you for all the support and the love that you give me and the other clowns and the other fans. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome, and I love you so much. Before I end the show, I gotta put you backstage.
Okay.
Stay in the green room for a little bit so we can chat for a bit.
Okay.
And let me do the closing out.
All right, do it.
Everybody say bye to Bill. Bye bye. So that was Bloody Bill Pon, and he was the best I ever had on the show. Oh my god, that was amazing. And I thank you so much, and thank you for the audience I had in my show. Oh well, I'm sorry I could not get to everyone's comments on the show. There's just so many of y'all, and I love y'all with all my heart, and I see y'all comments, and I've been reading them up and down while doing the interview, but y'all had not been annoyed. I have been reading y'all. So not next Wednesday. So Wednesday on the 29th of November, I will have the actor Bill Austin Jr. coming on the show. And I'm probably going to be fangirling and probably drooling over him. Nah, I probably won't. But still, I'll be like, hey, daddy. Not kidding. I won't. So, expect that coming up. And thank y'all for everything, your support. Like and subscribe to this channel. And if we reach 100 subscribers, I will play. I'm going to make a video of me playing the song, The Clown Cafe from Terrifier 2 with my hands. So please like and subscribe. And I love y'all. Thank you for all this joy and love. And thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I'd like to close this off with a gratefulness. Stay strange and wonderful. Peace out. Da 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 da. Da. Hang on, gotta end the stream.